right, welcome back to 20-sided dice fight. I am back in the chair, ready to roll. Last we left our party, they just escaped a gigantic, enormous, colossal. Let's go with colossal. House mimic. And we were all almost digested. Well, except for Poppy. She somehow evaded this lovely encounter. But after we popped out, we had this scroll come with us. And we learned that Tobias knew the original, probably dead now because he was in the mimic, owner of this house. Kazarus, yes. I think he's dead. I don't think he's dead.
He dead.
Kazarus dead. He dead.
So,
I think for 10 years, and all of a sudden, this
portal spat out this house. We got a strange invitation, and just as soon as we discovered it was a mimic and escaped its inner depths before being digested, it popped away through another portal. Now we're just left here wondering outside this empty kind of in the outskirts of this grand city of Carcassor. So, party, what are we going to do?
Well, I want to talk to my tavern friend and tell him to put out the work.
Which tavern friend? Because you guys talked to two different tavern owners.
That is true.
Yes, but one of them wasn't my friend.
Brom?
Yes, Brom.
Brom Goldpan?
Because he's his tavern is for adventurers, so he can put out the word that this monster is on the loose.
Right, yeah, who knows where this mimic can potentially pop up. But, okay, not a bad idea. We'll talk to your party members. I mean, it's not me you have to convince.
So, I think we should warn people about this. Brom can put the word out.
Just remember, Poppy's not here.
Yeah.
I will say, you think this thing's coming back?
I don't know, and that's the problem.
Sharing the information couldn't hurt. But I also recommend, if we have time, making some of these assholes' pockets a little lighter before we skip town.
Some of these assholes that you speak of are my friends.
Not to mention,
friends don't form bonds through ink and paper.
Right, but Deity also did happen to make their pockets a little lighter. It's kind of how we got all this new hardware.
You did.
So we're going back to the Arcaneum then?
All I have to say is he accepted the gift, which was
begrudgingly.
It doesn't matter. You accepted it, so it's done.
Call it ill-gotten gain.
Can't be that mad if you took it.
I am furious.
All right. Well, let's go see.
I mean, the helmet looks cool, though.
It does. So the party is going to head off to Brom. And as you arrive...
wait. Oh. I got to make sure I'm in my disguise.
Oh, yes. Okay. Go ahead and roll your disguise kit. So you're going to try to refix everything after the terrifying dash out of there?
I suggest you don't own up here as Silverell because we have enough
I would also like to...
Mrs. Doubtfire last time? Oh, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I would also like to use the help action with him.
Yeah.
For one thing in particular, I happen to have a way of the brush. I am an excellent painter and pensman.
Oh, that's very true.
So that mustache, gonna be on point.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna draw tattoos on him like Post Malone or something.
No, he's got to have a perfect mustache.
I suggest a different disguise. Because
is it deception or performance?
No. So
the disguise kit.
Would you use deception?
Charisma plus prof.
Deception plus proficiency.
Okay. Yes. Well, unless you're already proficient. Because you're already adding your proficiency to your deception. Technically, it's supposed to be an intelligence check.
Oh, okay. All right. What is it then? I rolled an 18 plus something.
Oh, goodness. So. Intelligence plus proficiency. Because it's a tool.
Okay,
kit.
intelligence 3 plus 3, 6, so 25.
Oh!
No,
okay.
24.
No! And are you disguising as Silverell?
Durin Forge Heart. Bromley.
Yeah, I have it written down.
Okay, cool.
I just
Yeah.
Okay.
We do Silver.
So, as you arrive back at the tavern with Brahm, you do notice that Poppy is in fact speaking to him.
Oh.
So, what does the party do?
Challenge you to another arm wrestle.
I'd hate to lose more coin, but your friends are here. Yes, the ones you've been looking for.
Hey! And she runs over to
Oh,
Dee.
Dee seems kind of perplexed by the hugging.
Hello.
Oh, you're that way.
Oh, it's you.
yes, we've had quite the night.
How was the carnival?
Right, Poppy.
About that.
Just a couple of days ago, because it does take a day or so to get here,
Mm-hmm.
you arrived back at the Arcaneum with some fairly loose leads, some
Again?
hearsay, something about some sort of abductions happening all over the continent. You were trying to track the people that were committing these atrocities, kidnapping mostly children. And you shook down some low-level thugs. But when it came time to find someone with actual authority or power in this organization, they were far too elusive. So, you arrived back in the Arcaneum hoping to take a break, catch your breath. But as soon as you arrived, you were given a lecture of sorts by Araxis about the party going off on some ridiculous carnival adventure when they need to be focused on finding the portals. And they did inform you that there was, in fact, a portal that had opened up here in Carcaster. But it disappeared just as soon as it had appeared. Relatively quickly. So it happened a few days ago, and it took you a few days to get here. So it must have been more than likely when the house initially appeared, they got a sign that it had appeared. So you don't really know whether the portal has been closed or not upon arrival.
Okay.
Okay. But they asked you to go find the freaking party so they're not goofing off and on this carnival.
Hey, so I know the carnival was fun and all, but I've heard reports of some portal activity around here.
Yes, that's actually the reason why we came to this. Brahm, we need to. I need you to do me a favor. Put the word out to any adventurer that you come across. There is a giant monster mimic the size of a mansion that is capable of appearing and disappearing. It has eaten. It has eaten a lot of people. It got away.
What? How does the house just get up and get away?
Through portals, actually.
Seem to walk.
This sounds ridiculous.
If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't believe it. But why would I ever lie to you?
Free rooms? I don't know. This is ridiculous. You want me to tell adventurers that come through my tavern here that giant monster-eating house is roaming the continent? What do you want? What are they supposed to do about it?
I don't believe it's still roaming the continent. It went through a portal.
Portals. This portal's bad.
Look,
what is
Poppy is
this
just
world
like,
coming to?
What?
look, I get it. It's probably one of the taller tales.
But you don't say.
But you do love adventure stories.
Yes, but I've heard some outlandish stories before. This tops them all. A man-eating house.
Okay, question. And why was my party here again?
You said there was some fancy dinner party you were going to. Mansion.
A dinner party?
Catharus.
You guys
Yep.
had a dinner party without
And
me?
I believe.
Well, I would assume so.
You were gone.
And remember me saying that something was weird and off and strange?
Yeah, but this?
Turns out.
Look, I'll tell them what you want, but don't expect many people to believe it. I'm not that convincing, and this is wildly outrageous. I'll do my best, but I do have news for you. Mr. Silvero. Yes.
Yes.
There's been some asking abouts of your person.
Who, me?
Oh, asking about me, Silvera.
Yes.
Ooh.
In particular, your appearance, which I thought was kind of strange. It seemed to be they're attempting to compare you to someone.
My parents comparing me to someone? Yes, I had an older brother who they loved much more than me. Yeah.
Oh, well, they didn't
wanted
mention
me
a
to be
brother. They were just asking about your appearance in particular and what sort of music you played.
Huh.
It was oddly specific and quite similar to the music you did in fact play. Although you had stated that you were playing the music of another bard, so that's what I told them.
You got any coffee around here?
Oh, yes. Right away, yes. He goes quickly behind as he's still talking about this. He brings up this mug of hot coffee. It's just black. But I made sure to inform them that you don't stay here. But I thought it would be nice to let you know that there are people looking for you. I'm not sure what,
Thank
but
you.
they didn't seem the nice type.
Yes. Thank you for the warning. I think with
Yes.
that we should be on our way because I don't want to cause you any trouble.
Ah!
It's like I'm looking outside the window. It's pretty late.
Yes,
maybe we
it
can
is.
enjoy
It
this
is rather
warm
late.
life.
Remember, it was evening when you popped out, so it is
Just
very
enjoy
late.
the night.
But the tavern right now seems to be relatively empty. There's no local entertainment for tonight.
No good local entertainment, at least.
So, yeah, I just wanted to let you know there are people looking for you.
Yes.
Unsavory people.
Yes,
I appreciate your discretion.
Yes, of course. I mean, did me a favor. Packed house. Lots of ales spent. Made me quite
I
a bit
know
of
that
coin.
whenever I return to Carcaster, you'll be my first stop.
Well, I should hope so. You drank my booze and swooned my women.
Well,
All of them.
yes, in that order as well.
In that
Just
order. And there was a lot of booze.
And a lot of underwear.
Not
to
a
clean
lot
up.
of women, though.
Not a lot of women. They probably left very unsatisfied. But
Two in particular, complaining of a rash.
Weren't they throwing underwear through? Poppy doesn't know, but they were throwing underwear through the window.
Oh, yes.
Wait.
Like rubber bands.
Edie
So-
was on crowd control.
Yeah.
Catching them? No. Put your underwear back on.
Put that back on.
You stop that
You
right
stop
now.
that right now.
So,
Okay, well, I vote that we stay the night and then we leave in the morning. We'll be quiet.
I believe that would be a very dangerous proposition. And
Well, let's see what everyone else thinks. Red, what do you think?
I'm good with whatever. It doesn't matter to me none.
Poppy just got here.
You're a
Let her
no
enjoy
name,
some
aren't you?
thrills.
You're no name. Yeah, now nobody trusts Red anymore. Oh no. Well, I
Is
could
this
give you a
whole
good
world a
discount on the
mimic?
room if you want to stay tonight, of course.
Your coffee's good.
Coffee's good. I don't know
Better
why
than
she's drinking
Poppy's.
coffee at 8 p.m., but she is.
The
Doesn't matter.
deciding factor is Silverell.
Silverell.
Yes.
Are
that's
you
my
performing?
name, friend?
I don't
Well,
think.
there's
No,
no one to
never.
perform to. I can't
No.
pay him for that.
Okay, then we'll stay.
But while they're discussing this,
Mhm.
where's the till?
Like in front of him, so he's like it's like a small opening to where he is. It's like think of it kind of like a hostess booth, right?
gonna steal
The
from the
bar
guy
is
who gave
slung
you
to his
free
right
room?
with a small opening. So he would normally have a bartender, but he's the only one here right now, because it's a pretty dead day. as he kind of already stated.
It's like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Closing time.
And it is 8
Are there
p.m.,
any-
so if people were checking in, like they'd have already been here. Road
Very
travelers,
long.
normally when sun goes down, they're checking in right at that time. So that's like 5, 6 o'clock. So everybody's probably already checked in. And then, 8 p.m., dinner's over.
All right then. And how much for the rooms?
5 gold.
I've got
Per person or?
No, total. I told you, discount.
it. I've got it.
Thank you.
I have some left over from my excursions.
Whoa!
Someone
Are
pay
you
the
gonna get
man
dinner
as I
too?
head up to the stairs.
He heads up the stairs.
My guy.
How much is dinner for the eating folk?
Eating.
Oh, yes, them. Just a gold.
All right, call it 7 gold. Take a gold.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes. No, we have rabbit stew tonight.
Yeah.
I shout
fresh this
down
morning.
from the stairs. Bring it to my room.
And if you could leave mine out of the stew, that would be fantastic. Just on the side, as is.
But it's he points at the cauldron over in the corner by the fire. It's just all in there.
Do you have any you haven't thrown in yet?
Any rabbits?
Yes.
You.
I'll take that.
Couple. Oh. All right. So he goes in the back and he hands you like a dead and drained rabbit.
Perfect.
We'll make it 8 for the
Oh yes.
additional.
Yeah.
Gold piece for a rabbit. You must be mad. And I just start walking up the stairs.
He was very generous to us.
And didn't ask too many questions.
Yeah.
Just perplexed by the whole
Asherak.
man-eating house story.
He helped you
I see
escape all
Asherak
the
walking up the
ladies.
stairs behind me. I go, "What is that in your hand?"
It does
Dinner.
smell.
Oh God! I make sure I'm not in the same room as Asherak tonight.
It is a bit ripe. It was killed this morning,
That's
but
fresh, right? You can't serve me spoiled meat.
no,
Kill
it's not
me.
spoiled. It's just a little ripe. It smells like meat, but
Like
it's
doodle
a
bit.
whole hare who's had its innards
Perfect.
removed. There's openings. You know what I mean? Like he cut it, drained it, took all the guts out.
I'm gonna lean down the stairs. I'm gonna say, for a gold, you couldn't even include the gizzards, eh?
He's like, it's in the stew.
That's where all the nutrition.
Someone
lives.
had to catch it.
Okay. So, you guys, he gave you 3 rooms. Because there's 6 of you. There's 2 beds in each room. So you guys can kind of double up, as it were.
Oh yeah, I'm going with Silver Owl.
No.
He doesn't
I
want to
lay
sleep
in
with the
that
sneaky
thing.
rat man.
No, get that out.
I sleep on the floor.
Well, I would get the whole bed to myself.
No, you
Okay.
get the whole
It's a
bed
deal.
anyway. It's two beds.
Yeah,
so you
but
could,
no, what
Oh.
he's gonna do the thing where he pushes
Yeah,
her
you
to make one
and then you
big
get
bed.
a king size bed.
I'll bunk up with Red so he can fill me in on all the tactical details. And
Oh yes, okay, very good, very good. Yeah. So
I'll
before
be in the closet of there.
you get the whole room to yourself too.
I don't need a room. I'm completely conscious, but
conscience.
This is a vendor situation.
Yeah, he's Bender.
yeah, pretty much. You guys want to stay in my closet? It's a little too big for me.
Big old
Between
giant
you
house.
and me, that door looks kind of
That's
dumb.
funny.
Okay. So as you guys slowly drift off to sleep after Red fills in the fact that he unfortunately was hit harder by this toxin in this drink at the house party than the others. And then hogtied.
Oh, that's when it happened.
Yeah, he drank the
I
thing,
knew
and
one of
then
us-
they took
I knew one
him
of us would.
as the murder mystery. But the murder mystery was
Yeah.
also a cover. So there was a mystery behind the mystery. And
Mystery Inception.
mystery.
You go one more deep.
So he unfortunately doesn't have a ton of details except for the fact that it was a giant mimic, and well, there's really no way to really fight those that big. Not with his firepower or the firepower that was present, right?
Fascinating.
So
I
hacking
could've
and
been
slashing didn't do much to it. But as you all slowly drift to sleep, You all wake up right next to each other. In fact, just laying in this enormous cavern. So, it looks like it's like underground, but the sides of the walls themselves are broken apart and floating around. So they're like almost like hovering in place all around you. And there appears to be these small circles embedded within the rock on this large, there's like a walkway that slowly winds these corners. Okay?
You said cavern?
Yeah, it's like a giant cavern.
Oh, okay.
But it leads upward, and as you leave this, like there's like a cave, right? Down under. Your guys are down under looking up. So there's like this walkway, this short hill that you'd have to climb to get out. But even as you get out, you're not really out, as walls and such of this like cave, right, are still floating above you and like hovering around. This giant expansive walkway. Okay? And you can feel all these, you almost like feel different emotions. You feel this anger, sadness, fear, surprise.
Yeah, Marcus is definitely feeling frustrated.
All around you like echoes. Okay, so what you're thinking and what you're perceiving is like an echo. All right, that's what you can you feel, but also like hear, and like you see the cavern behind you or in front of you. Sorry. So as you wake, like I said, you're all on the ground of this, like, it's like dirt, but there's no texture really to it. It's almost like it's not there, but it is. Like it's stable. You can stand on it, you can push on it, you can touch it, but there's no feeling that really goes into this. In fact, as you begin to stand and rise, nothing. There's a feeling of nothingness. You don't even breathe.
I would like to try something.
1 second. Hold on. Let me finish this before anybody does anything. You feel this massive area around you, and the sky is hewn with purple and blue, whites and oranges, all kind of like misting together. It's almost like a fog centered around it, and you can see it behind these floating walls that just kind of like semi-rotate and float around you. Think about it almost like a lack of gravity. But you guys feel firmly on the ground. There is no, you couldn't just like jump and soar into the sky. There's something holding you down. You're just not sure what. But around you, you feel like everything is slow and progressing slower and slower as you rise up. You guys seem to move at like a normal sort of speed, but as you stand up, the dirt that was on you or around you is kind of like, and it slowly rises up before settling slowly back down. Okay, and like I said, before you is like eternity. There is no end that you can see currently. You just see a long pathway that leads upward through this giant empty space. Because you can see as the staircase rises, there's nothing below them. Not for a long distance before you see another, it's like a floating island. Okay?
Cannonball.
In this purple, orange, and white, blue hewn background, all right, all around you. And as you stand, you can feel this essence is within the air. It's almost like flowing through you, but it's not wind. It's not wind. There's something else in the air that brings these various emotional pieces or fear, like the factor of fear, your
like
heightened sense, it's flowing in and out of you. It's almost like this inner like sort of connectivity, and what you think, what goes on in your head, the mystery of it, is also flowing in and then back out of you. So when you feel a particular emotion, you too also feel it like flow in like a breath and then back out. And there's no aroma, there's no other sense that goes on. It's like a wind, but there's nothing tangible about it as you put your hand out. You can't feel anything flowing. So, Ashrak, you said you would like to do something. So what would you...
Yeah, so this, to me, is very reminiscent of the way I was able to communicate with my Paragon when I was with
Interesting.
that guy up in the sky.
You mean Orin?
God?
Skyhole, yeah. Skyhole God.
Skyhole God, what? You mean Orin?
Yeah.
Yes, we all... I mean, it
Yeah.
doesn't... It doesn't
But
really...
the fact that
Okay.
he was able to see me and communicate with me, he knew I was there, made me feel like it was some sort of an astral projection thing. And the idea of the feelings flowing in and out and all that stuff kind of reminds me a little bit of Key.
Interesting. Okay.
So what I would like to do is I would like to focus on and observe these feelings to see if it's kind of like a meditative or dreamlike type situation, as well as if what I'm experiencing is the flow of Key like I think it is.
Roll an insight check for me.
Ooh, I have a +7. 18 plus 7 is 25.
Okay, so you immediately recognize like where you are. You've been here before. In your training, you're taught to try to access planes of existence that exist simultaneously all around us. Not like other worlds per se.
Like layers.
Yeah. So you're taught how to try, right? It's an incredibly difficult feat to master, but you're
Your
taught
mental will.
to try to enter the astral plane as well as the plane of dreams. And this plane is just that. It is the plane of dreams. And those are the emotions that you're feeling flowing through you. They're not just your dreams, they're other dreams. It's like a wind that's constant and ever flowing because it's every mind that exists that's dreaming at this moment. It flows through here in some way, shape, or
I
another.
see my party around me, correct?
Yes, and normally there's no consciousness here. So the fact
I
that
would like
you are here and awake and observant is strange.
to try to think this information to my party.
Nothing happens.
Okay,
As
I'm
you
going to
think,
say it. To my
you
party.
see his eyebrows furled together as he stares intensely at you all, thinking he's kind of strange.
What the
What?
hell is this?
So I am
place?
going to explain to them that this is in fact the plane of dreams.
Yes, as deity, you begin to ask the question. You do vocalize it. You speak freely, and he informs you guys that you are now in the realm of dreams, plane of dreams. Realm, same
Do
thing.
we
So-
think this is Zara's doing? Is this one of her games?
Or
Is
that,
this another game by that?
or that,
I didn't think it happened
big-
so soon.
Let me at her.
that god
Usually
guy
it
that you guys talked
requires
to.
quite the amount
Orin?
of effort.
Could be Orin. I guess.
Get here.
You're right. It does
What's on
require
that?
a great deal of effort to get here. You know that through your training that it's not some. It's something that even the Paragon struggles to access the plane of dreams.
Yeah, and I'm going to explain this to them. So, like, getting here this way, just being here, is kind of an anomaly. It's not something that should have been able to normally happen. Normally, it's a great deal of mental
Fortitude.
Right.
control.
So we're most likely dealing with some other godlike figure. Awesome.
or
I am
something that is
getting
greatly in
this.
touch with itself. But I don't know this plane to be dangerous in its very nature.
DM, do we see anyone
Or else
else
why
that's
would we
here?
attempt to come here?
No, you don't see any other persons. You just see this large, and it's a staircase that's floating from your cavernous island to another, but it's much
The
higher
staircase,
up.
I believe, is for us.
Well,
Dreams,
Oh,
after all,
there's-
tell us a great many
there's-
things. Perhaps we
I'm-
could learn.
There's nowhere else to
Perhaps.
go.
yep.
There isn't.
I'm gonna
The
start making-
cave, the cavernous hole behind you, is just that. It ends with blackness and a cave wall.
So I Marcus doesn't understand what's going on. So he's kind of like
Yeah.
like like cautiously
So as you
tiptoeing
do
forward.
step, you do
Hold on
see.
just a second. Deity was trying to do something.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to the stairs.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's going to walk towards
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stairs.
That's it.
As you take a step forward, Marcus, you do see that the dust that your feet would kick up in this dirt is is moving very slowly. So as your foot rises, the dirt from the back of your heel goes dissipates a little bit and then slowly
And
drifts.
as we're traversing the staircase, I'm going to close my eyes, utilizing my blind sense, and try to really go by my feel more than almost like a meditative type thing, because that's how we were taught to be here, right?
Yeah, how to
see if I
physically
feel-
access this place.
Well, to see if I feel like a pull anywhere or anything through the stuff flowing through us.
Roll a wisdom check, just wisdom.
Poppy's just gonna walk.
So you guys are walking up the stairs.
Yeah,
Sarah, the same thing?
Marcus is doing that cautious. Am I gonna step on a trap or something?
As you walk slowly up the rear.
19, sir.
19?
Poppy just walks.
Okay, so as you begin to meditate as you walk, you don't really need to see your feet physically to see where you're going. You do feel a pull, and it is coming from the top of the stairs. Whatever this, it's not the wind, but it's almost like
energy.
yeah, there's this energy being exuded out, and then it's almost like pulsing inward. So it's like it's like the feeling of spirit.
I'm going to explain this feeling to those around me as I begin walking towards it more purposefully, still with my eyes closed, kind of tapped into this feeling that there is, in fact, a draw.
Okay, so as you all reach the top of the stairs, Marcus being the last, because he's going up ever so cautiously.
It's almost like I'm afraid I'm gonna fall through.
Hurry up!
Afraid of a booby trap.
What if you get
Behind
left
you.
behind?
Well, so as you guys all reach up, and then Marcus is the last to get up because he's going so slow. Behind you, Marcus, you hear a sudden and abrupt boo.
God.
And I'm going to say, remember, Marcus, the land of dreams is also the land of nightmares. Steal your mind.
That's actually very true. As the person that you see behind you appears to be a semi-elderly man. He is stark bald with a kind of like peppered beard, a medium-sized beard. It hangs a little bit, but it's kind of scraggly
I was
now.
hoping for Fu Manchu.
No, not Fu Manchu. It's like I said, semi-elderly man. He's bald except for his beard goes down a little bit, but it's kind of like it's very disheveled. Like he hasn't had a shave, he hasn't kept up with his hair in a while. If he had actual hair, it would be like a mane probably. He's wearing this dark charcoal-colored straight down robe with basically bearing his arms and shoulders. And he walks past you, Marcus, and past the rest of the party, kind of gingerly. But you notice as he walks, his feet don't actually touch the ground. It's almost like he's floating on an inch or two of air. But he's not. There's no pull or push that you guys feel around him.
Do I recognize the feeling of this person's presence?
Yes, actually, you all do. You get the feeling that you know this person, that you've met him before. And he says, I'm glad I've found you all.
Where do I know you, friend?
We met once before.
Speak your purpose.
A few months back, your time.
Orin?
Yes.
A lot has happened.
I've never met you in my life.
Well, not you, of course. I was speaking to the one who asked the question. You and
were sent to
I
IKEA at
will
the
meet
time.
for the first time, here and now, which is not an easy feat to accomplish. I needed to make sure that I could meet with you all before you headed back to the Arcaneum. I see that is where your mission seemingly takes you. But I have some warnings, and I have my own mission. Because I see now that you all have accepted your roles, your purpose. And the threat is growing ever nearer. And you all, seemingly, must be ready for it. But, unfortunately, it's not going to be simple. I understand you all, except for life and deity, have accepted your role in this matter. Yes?
Yes.
Well,
Sure.
it's going to be time to prove it. And you may not survive. A final test of sorts.
Is this the
I
threat?
thought we've been through enough tests.
Can someone give me the background on this guy?
He's short version.
He's a
he's
godlike
god,
figure
he's trying
who
to
works
help
for
us.
the gods.
Not an actual god.
Close enough.
He's an ancient being
Yes,
of immense
accurate.
power. His true nature is relatively unknown, but he was there helping the gods for the most part.
My true nature
And
is
till-
to save this realm. Same as yours.
As in what you physically are is what
Oh,
I
yes, that is a bit more complicated.
Yes, and the gods have gone quiet for some time, and things have gone a bit awry, and he seeks to, from what I can tell, set the scales correct.
A very good
But not like these
summation.
scales.
No. But a very good summation. Yes, I am a being of immense power that is forbidden to intervene, for it is not my place. But I see most everything, and I ask for your assistance as chosen members. The mark binds you. The mark is the purpose. It is powerful, in a way. Something that many can't fathom. Many do not understand, and have not for centuries. But it is part of why you are all here now. It takes a great deal of power to access this realm in its entirety, which we have for a short time, before my power wanes. But it was my only way of reaching you again. I can't simply come down to your planet and speak with you individually. And I can't just simply summon you as well. It is difficult. And there are powers that be that would not look so kindly with me involving anyone in this predicament, let alone using power in that magnitude. But the main issue is our enemy is on the hunt. And I do fear that he has caught on to my involvement. My conversation with you in the past did not go unnoticed.
Not all who are hunted are prey.
I do fear that if he were to discover me, I certainly would be prey. The amount of
Even
power
with
that
your
he
power?
wields is immense. But I felt the need to give an update of sorts and set you on a course that could very well mean your peril, or it could save this world. As much as I can, this is the greatest extent of my intervention's capability. And even so, it does not do anything to force you, more compel you to save your own world. So, I do hope that you will at least heed me and listen. Can you do so? I do not
I
keep you
nod
here.
silently.
I do not keep you here against your will. At any moment you wish, you could simply wake.
It would be unwise not to hear you.
I also don't know how to do that.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that would be rather complicated for you. Yes. Well,
Well, let's hear what you have to say at least.
We're here anyway.
very good. So as you guys say that, he kind of like whooshes his hand in front of him and raises, and these like small, almost like stools, protrude from the ground in a large circle, so that you're all of equal distance away from each other, including him as he sits down in the circle. or sits down on one of the pillars that rise up out of the ground.
I'm going to
make
try
sure
to
I,
do the same.
Oh, as you do that, nothing happens. He looks at you perplexingly. I do not think you're that far along in your training to do such a thing. Even your paragon does not bear that power here.
It was worth a try. Plus, it would have been a really cool seat.
I could only imagine.
I make sure I constantly am like,
Did he
Yeah, it's
seem
not
to
comfortable.
give me the hint?
sweet
Yeah, no.
spot, yeah.
It's
I'm
not
like
comfortable.
totally uncomfortable.
It's dirt. It's raised dirt, so it's not comfortable at all.
Really use a cushion.
So, I have been in search of an item of particular importance. A book that is incredibly powerful.
The same book we discussed last time.
Yes,
You have a clue as to its whereabouts.
I do now. Yes, the individuals that I knew before, the heroes of old, they possessed the book and used the book. Unfortunately, at some point or another, they must have lost it. I'm not sure how or why.
Or hidden it.
As what?
Or perhaps hidden it.
Well, I'm not sure why they would hide it from anyone.
If they knew that they were going to perish.
Potentially. You may be right. I don't know. Unfortunately, the book itself has incredibly powerful wardings. So much so that my gaze is unable to locate it. Even now, I don't know where it is. I just know a generalized location. And I do have a map for you if you do decide to take on this mission, which I do hope you will do. However, you will need to access the book. You will need a key of great importance.
Is the key friendship? Feel like it's friendship.
No, it is a physical key.
Darn.
One that must have been created by the heroes for one reason or another.
How do we know? Can we trust this guy?
He hasn't steered us wrong yet.
I'm not here to steer you anywhere except for the protection of your own world. It's up to you whether you accept the charge. The markings tell me that you are those that would.
Not only that, if we fail, he dies. So,
Well,
to put it bluntly,
this is not my well-being I seek to ensure, but your world. This world's. If I die, the world dies. The world would probably die first, or I would die first. It will be irrelevant either way.
I don't know about you all, but I'm rather fond of the place we live.
Well, I certainly hope so. Now, the map that I wish to give you will show you where you're to go. I have it's an ancient possession of a time far lost, far forgotten, a history of this continent that has been essentially erased through time. So you may not see many familiar things, but it's the best bit of information I can surmise based on the events that have unfolded in your world. So, this particular key is in possession of another individual on your continent. From what I know, a very powerful individual has this key.
It's all powerful.
Yes. Well, the key itself is rudimentary. There's no power within it. It just unlocks something that is. But the magic within the key seems to have been making it difficult to see where exactly it is. So I don't know where it is any longer. I just know of a last location and the individual who possessed it.
Great.
Yes, it appears that the conflict is in some sort of turmoil right now. A war persists in the southern regions of Carantania, one of the many nations that you have created over time. The nation from the south, the ones from the pass, the Kaiba, I believe they are called. Their emperor possesses the key. I am not sure how he obtained it, let alone how he unlocked this beacon of sorts that allowed me to surmise a generalized location. A large burst of magic erupted from this location. And it's the only source that I have that even has a figment of its essence. You see, because that's what all magic is. It has a tag, and it has a connection to each individual. And this particular book has divine power. So, my guess, the heroes must have stored it here for whatever purpose or reason I do not know, as I wasn't able to communicate with them freely at that time either, nor would I have for intervention's sake. But I need to know that this book can be found. It may be our only way of stopping this being from tearing apart this continent, this world itself. The timeline will end without your assistance. And I believe the book is your potentially greatest weapon against him. It may help you find him, locate him, wherever he might be, and stop him for good. That is your charge.
If it needs to be done, then why not us? We're as well equipped as anyone, if not more so.
There has been a general acceptance of your purpose, and for that I am appreciative. I see that everyone took to heart our last conversation. Now it's time to prove it. This is it. What say you?
One small problem. Little one. I don't know fuck about magic.
Yes, I understand that you're not tapped into that magic, but the magic you possess is different. It's not magical per se, but it is the essence of life. The spirit.
Yeah, you knew what this place was.
Exactly.
Yes, through meditation and extreme mental.
Exactly. Your powers come from within, the spirit.
Sounds like magic.
In essence.
Not exactly throwing fireballs.
No, but people that possess your capabilities, the same mind abilities that you speak of, can do such things. It's just a difference of training. You are not trained to do that. You do not comprehend how to ignite your ki in such a way. No pun intended.
Magic is key, it's canon. No.
So,
I do have a question.
Of course.
If I may ask.
Time is
Well, does he still look like
now. He looks at nothing on his hand, but it's like he's looking at a watch, but there's nothing there.
Well, we have a mission currently to deal with these portals. What does it have to do with the portals?
This individual is the one behind it. This book will lead to you uncovering that mystery and taking the step forward that you must take to defeat him.
All right. Cool.
I can't tell you any more.
So we send him packing, use the book in whatever. Can you give us any insight into the book? Its contents, anything you're aware of?
It has very powerful magic. Some that if you dabble with could rewrite the fabric of existence. So
Yeah, we saw some of that power from the flashbacks we saw with the guy.
Indeed. So be careful. Once you have the book, it's not just a matter of doing things with that book. You must be extremely cautious because all power like that as repercussions, consequences.
I imagine also keeping it would be in of itself quite a task.
That may be easier for you all than you think, if you can be successful.
So, what is the goal after we get the book? Do we keep the book?
To find the secrets within. Secrets that I may not fair well know.
So you don't want the book?
No.
He may not be meant to know.
Okay. So, Emperor of Kaiba has the key to the book, which is missing, but is located somewhere in the battlefield of Carantania and Kaiba, somewhere.
No, the book is not located there. In fact, and he puts out the map of the continent, but it's very unfamiliar to you all. It looks geographically very similar. There's a couple of islands that aren't there anymore. It looks incredibly old, but man-made. So the map he has is not some like crazy magic thing he just popped out and created. It looks like an actual old-ass map from like 1,000 years ago. So the nations that exist today, there is but one that is the same. Well, and it doesn't really exist today, but Zuvalon is the only nation that you see and recognize the name of currently. But besides that, it doesn't appear to be many actual nations, but rather these small city-states that exist. And you can kind of see them dotted out, mostly on the coastal regions, but they're far fewer than what exists today. In fact, if you were to try to measure the population size, it would be minuscule in the sense of our current campaign's map in scope of this. The only set nation, and it's the largest one there, and it's still not that big, is the Kingdom of Zuvalon. The others are small city-states, like I said.
I do have one question that's been burning me since the last time we've met. Has the Paragon ever knowingly met you on this plane?
I'm not allowed to answer that question. I could be divulging information that may destroy the fabric of your existence. You will have to speak with him. Unfortunately.
Stop asking questions, Ashraf. No one wants to die here.
Well, it's just a matter of how much information
you just said it's private.
I give you. It could lead you down a path that none of us want. But I can't lead you down any path, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Seems very
But you are leading us down a path.
He's making us aware of things that exist.
And I'm hoping that you do something about it.
Well,
So we don't know where the book is.
Yes, as you say that, he swipes his hand across the map, and you see just a highlighted region. If you look at the Kaiba Empire, where Kaiba is, you see a lonely, but not so lonely, volcano down on the southern bit. And he highlights the volcano itself. The book must be here somewhere. The explosion that occurred was not of the continent itself. It wasn't geographic. It wasn't geological. There was no earthquake or eruption. But there was a massive wave of magic that exited this region but a month ago. And then, as soon as it was here, it was gone. Something was opened. Something was awakened.
So the book and the key are both located in Kaiba.
And you've also mentioned...
I don't know where the Emperor is. Once I felt the surge, think of it kind of as the realm we are in now. These emotions you're feeling are the dreamers everywhere. Once that wave of power was erupted, I too felt that wave. And in that wave, I can feel people, beings, animals, life. I feel life through magic. I felt him. I felt him,
Point at
and I
Tiny.
felt the key in his possession. But then, just as soon as the wave erupted and I felt it, it was gone.
Should
I
we be
know
concerned
that the
of
book
any
must
other-
dwell somewhere there, but I know not where the Emperor is. This
Okay.
King of Kings, he so calls himself.
So the book
Is it-
for sure is in Kaiba.
Yes.
The key is wherever the Emperor
You must
is.
seek it out. I know
Is
you...
it possible
Yes?
that anything on our plane, people, influential beings, have noticed this crashing of wave as well?
I do not doubt that in the slightest. But you must pull on any strings you may have. That is all I can tell you. And I do hope you succeed, but time is short. You must leave now. As he says this, you see the floating walls and like caverns above you guys. They begin to like splinter and crack. And you feel a slight compression, like a wave that pushes everyone inward. Quickly.
At that, I say, all right, guys, time to wake up. And I start pinching everyone.
So, as you begin to pinch everyone, you're the last one there, all right? Because as you pinch them, they blip out, all
You
right?
get pinched.
Oh, he can still get pinched.
Okay.
I'm more fleshy now.
He has a little bit more fleshy parts. But it's just the sensation of it is what triggers it. You're the last one there. And as you are the last one there, you see a giant rock is coming down like a comet down towards the platform you are on. And all you see is Orin. He stares directly at you. And he doesn't say anything. You just see the look on his face. He almost gives you like this side eye. And as you pinch yourself,
Bombastic
you almost
side
hear this comet hit in like an echo in the back of your head. And with that, we're going to take a break. All right, and we are back. The party has just experienced their first little trip into the realm of dreams.
Dreams.
Now, as you all awake, you're not in the tavern. In fact, you are somewhere outside of the city. You see it in the distance, about a quarter of a mile away or so, as you're just in the grass,
The fuck?
on top of a
Dirty at that
small
place is
hill
shit. You should get
overlooking
your
the
money
city.
back.
Just sleeping there. All your stuff is there. Nothing's missing. But you're there and not in the tavern any longer.
Well, I hope, did
I told
Ron?
you all we should have left.
I stand up and like bend my back. I think there was a rock underneath me.
Yes, it is still nighttime.
You want me to
just
crack your
are
back?
unsure of what time it actually is. But there's no sun. It's still moonlight.
Let's get our animals and get moving.
No, your animals are there. They're just beside you guys
I look over. Oh, there they are.
from the stables and such.
I climb on my
Steal
camel.
my animals.
All right.
Shall we?
Other animals.
Well, yeah, normally, but it's trained. It's trained. So, I mean, what you guys are hoping to find is location. But you guys have a plethora of different contacts,
We
so
have
to
lots
speak.
of knowledge.
Yeah, and you were about to tell me where the Paragon is, where I think the Paragon is.
He resides in Four Fangs Rest, which is on a mountain cliff, not a cliff. It's on a large mountain. It's a lonely mountain by itself, but it's enormous, and it's just on the coast of Tarantania. So I don't know if you have the map in front of you, but if you look at the map,
I do not.
you'll see.
So how far off route would it be to get there?
Well, it's technically southward, so as long as you sail south, you could reach the mountain itself and then try to climb it. But you do know that, depending upon the time of the year, it is perilous to climb it. Only for a 3-month span out of the year is it safe to climb.
So I'm going to recommend to the party that we seek guidance from the Paragon.
Okay.
in this
Well,
issue.
Wait,
Well,
you want to go the opposite way? that
No,
we need to go?
technically it's towards the Kaiba, because it is in Carantania. Four Fang's Rest is on the other side of this part of the continent.
He's the only one I can think of who's had access to the dream plane and may know of dealings with the being we just spoke.
Oh, so he's hoping to uncover some clues about Orin.
Well, also about what's going on moving forward, basically.
Yeah, your goal
I
is
have-
to find the Emperor of the Kaiba, which you guys don't even know his name.
He's
I
a
have
wealth of
an
knowledge
additional
in living
suggestion. Marcus, you and Tiroth have gathered some connections here in Carcaster. Why
Yes.
not explore those?
I was going to suggest the same thing.
I don't have many contacts that I can go to. Most, quite frankly, end up dead.
And I believe Carcaster, is that not where your parents live, Tirith? They also do live here, right?
My coffee shop.
Well, yours
Do
is
live
outside
here.
of Carcaster. There's that little nestled town of just Leonin and Tabaxi. You guys have like your own little
Fucking race.
province. Well, you guys crafted it, not me.
Yeah, you guys did that, not any of us.
So you guys have lots of threads to pull. It just depends on which ones you guys want
My
to.
clan.
I think we're close enough to Carcaster. We
You
just
are.
go to Carcaster, check it out.
Right.
If that becomes, if that doesn't, bear any fruit, we go to the Paragon and see about.
Right.
I will say,
I can ask where the war or is so that we can avoid problems.
Okay, Ashrak?
I will say though, remember, when you all saw my vision, the Paragon was the only one who was aware that I was there.
He does have some. He must have.
I'm not-
some, he could have some.
I'm not
insight.
suggesting that he won't have information. In fact, I'm very interested to meet him. He may have insight that we may need and outside of Orin. That being said,
That's very true.
I just feel like these matters may be less tangible than we are regarding them to be.
right. That said, we should pursue every lead that we have. Is all I'm suggesting.
And okay. And you guys are near. I mean, you're in Forge Hold already, and you got some contacts here. Yeah, I mean that makes
What
sense.
say you, Poppy? You were given some insights into this walk of life. Perhaps that was for a reason as well.
I was
Oh yes.
going to go to the coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
My coffee shop. I was going to check on it, and then I was going to talk to people from my clan.
Oh,
Multiple avenues. You guys have a lot of different ways you can go now. And you guys were saying you didn't have any.
I don't.
We can
Well,
visit my
You don't.
parents,
right now.
but I'm not sure
I
what
might
they
have
would
one.
know.
I could check out the people from the black market. Maybe they know something less
Interesting.
widely spread knowledge. Like
Interesting. Okay, that's actually not a bad idea either.
Like that idea?
So, what thread are you guys pulling first?
well, we're right.
Let's roll for it. No,
let's all split up.
I mean, you guys
Split up.
Don't all split up.
All of us split up. Every last one
I
of
might
us.
need someone with me to
face your
kind of
parents.
watch my back.
I would
I
suggest.
am-
Yeah, I was gonna say you could pull. There,
I'll
you're
go
all.
with you, bud.
Everything's pretty close in the scope of Black Market, Tirith's parents, and the
Poppy's
tavern keeper. The
Oh.
town is outside of Carcaster on the opposite side, so it would take a little while. to
Are
get
there any local contingencies or monasteries around the
The
present
closest monastery for the monks of Makshana are towards the south near the meritocracy of Cer'Venora. So,
Do I have a
day or two journey.
past her clan?
Do I have?
Oh yeah, no. Carcaster, you're already towards the southern part of Forgehold because
okay.
there's no mountains near you. Most of Forgehold is actually the northern part, and it's mountains and stuff,
Gotcha.
not occupied. You guys are on in Carcaster, which is away from the two rivers. There's two rivers that kind of like go like this, and Carcaster's right in the center.
Are there any Megatona outposts here or Yamanashi? What's the other one?
Yamanashi is that one.
Yamanashi.
I'll go with you, Kieran.
You could attempt to poke around, but you don't know of any off the top of your head.
Okay.
I will also add, I think you left your clan in kind of a weird situation where you're like, hey, I'm going to help you out. And then you went to the other guys and you're like, I'm going to help you guys out.
That will be complicated. But if you wanted to reach your village, it would be
Not yet.
it would head northern.
Mitugashi? No.
Megatona is my clan.
Yeah, and then there's another
Watugashi.
one. Watugashi. Yes, Migatona
Where did
Watugashi.
Yamanashi?
It's a
Yamanashi is another little area over
Oh my
here.
gosh, that invaded my mind just from looking at the map.
Can't
Uh-huh.
hear you, Nikki.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
it's on the top.
it's because I was pointed the wrong way.
So, what's the first stop?
Nothing.
Well,
Hello?
You probably need to reposition a little bit if you can.
Okay, thank you.
I think Ink Deity should go to the black market while I handle all the inn.
Well, you have Silverell to handle the inn.
I was going to
If
go
you're going to a
visit
place of
my
business, don't you think
parents.
you should go to the place of business?
I that's why I said Ed while I handle the inn, but I can't be near the black market.
Why? It's nighttime. And remember, we did have to go through the sewers, right, to reach
Yeah.
there. I mean, it's a little gross, but I mean, if you're gonna go deal with market people, he's gonna need someone of charismatic assistance.
It's because Marcus wants to take a level in Paladin. No, just kidding.
But you guys don't even have don't really realistically have to divide up the party.
We could just
Yeah,
go
we
one-
could just go together. Let's
Yeah.
just go.
One destination after the other.
What do we want to do first?
I like your
well-
plan of going to the black market.
All right.
Cool. All right. So, both Deity and Red know how to easily access it.
Okay.
So you guys do arrive in no time.
I
Wet
want
titty is sloshing around.
I want to make sure that the DM knows that I am very much hiding my fate.
Oh yeah, you have everybody has a cloak.
Hey,
Everybody has
Why
traveler's
don't
clothes.
you just ask Tirith to disguise you?
Or any of us. I have disguise kit and am
Yeah.
proficient.
If you really want to.
If you're so worried about
I will also
Public
add.
image.
associations,
I will also add. It's the black market. They don't want to be found out either.
yeah.
That's a fair point.
Probably see more people you know there than you think.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, like I went there as a member of the Arcaneum, and they didn't say shit.
By the way, I totally uploaded all of the black
Ooh, very
market
cool.
documents
Right.
and people.
Right. It's just Marcus's moral code that's coming into play here. That's
Yes, being a Boy Scout. Yes. I mean,
All
You're
right.
playing your character. That's
Alright.
fine. So that's why I
Hey,
suggested
hey,
disguising
Attract,
yourself.
you want to help me disguise this fool?
I thought you'd never ask.
All right, let's get it. Natural 20.
all right.
I got a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Ooh. Okay, so as you guys head down, do you have a new name that you want to go by?
Is it
Carcass.
Silver Ring?
What? That's mine. Don't steal my name.
Mark
Silver M. 'Cause we've already
yeah.
got Silver L.
Silverell. Jesus.
First of all, what do you look like? Can you describe it to us?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you look like? What's your name? And
Okay,
mind you, if you are an aristocratic
Vague-
person that people might recognize, that could potentially include your voice.
I'm thinking vaguely Italian.
no,
That
no.
you read my mind.
I'm thinking in long gray beard.
Long gray beard,
But it's
kind
like
of going
obviously
on with that
hanging on his
with like
ears.
a
old man vibe.
old wizard
Why would an old man be traversing the sewers?
Like an old wizard.
Books. Books.
Okay.
He's
That way
there
I-
for illegal
Ah,
books.
the last spellbook is there.
Oh, hey guys, I found it.
It's that easy.
Yeah.
A caveman could do it.
Crap, I am horrible with names.
Wizardom the Wizard.
I don't know how this
Wizard.
plugged. Oh,
Well, are you the
it's about
same
to
race?
die.
Well, I don't. It's hard to hide
Okay.
these ears.
lost
Get
my
Yankee
laugh
actually have. They are very similar to elves. They just kind of have a little nose,
Yeah.
but they have the large ears. So
You just tape up your nose.
So you're just gonna spend the rest of the session talking like Lizelle, okay?
I need help with the actual full name, guys.
Well, you can't. Okay, you come up with a name while I explain what's happening. Okay, it's taking too long.
Yeah, we
So-
got lots of
You can
small
name
things.
generator.
to
As
check
you
in on.
arrive at the black market, it is nighttime and it is rather bustling. It would definitely appear that the
mind your pockets.
more seedy
Time to
individuals
steal.
would be out at around this time.
Hey, I've been
So-
down here once.
You don't see like anyone
I was very drunk.
dressed in particularly wealthy clothing down here, except for potentially some of you. But
I've been down here once.
you guys do see that there are definitely thieves about, as there have been a couple of occasions in which you guys have been bumped into where people are attempting to take things from your pockets. They're subtle.
I would like to break the hand of the next person who attempts it.
Okay, let's find out. Okay, I need you to roll a perception check.
My perception's not as good as my other stats, but still good enough. 16.
Okay, so as you feel someone, he bumps into you, and you can tell he wants to slide his hand towards your coin purse.
I just kind of like hook his finger and twist.
So as you grab his finger and twist it, he doesn't make a sound, but you hear the crackling of his knuckle, and probably.
But I'm not letting go. I'm going to lean over. What's in your pockets?
He just kind of like abruptly juts his hand back and gives like a little like a wince of pain toward you and attempts to walk away. So
I'm going to. I really want to play this out. So I'm going to put my arm around him. I'm going to say, we're just getting to know each other, friend. And I'm going to slap him on the chest. And while I do, I'm going to try and fish in his pockets with my other
okay,
hand.
roll a sleight of hand.
It's so obvious.
9 plus 8.
17. Okay, so you manage to. You don't get anything big out of his pockets because you do notice he's like wearing a backpack. But there's like lots of little pockets on it, nothing big. And they all have these like little buttons that you have to like fasten in. So you manage to get one off, and you manage to grab a few coins. So you take 10 gold out of his pack. But the other fasteners were just too much for you to do in that particular moment. And as he does that, he shoves you off. I don't know you. Back off.
They have a code down there.
Shit,
Exactly.
you look
There
like
is a
somebody
code.
I remember.
There is a code, and as he pushes you off and says that, you do notice a couple of prying eyes glance in your direction.
If you get me kicked out of here, the first
I'm
time
just
that-
gonna wink at him, and I'm gonna flip one of the coins and catch
So
it.
you wink at him. You flip one of the coins, and he grips
and
it.
and catch it, and I'm gonna say, "Sorry, you looked like an old friend." Guess not. And I'm just gonna walk.
He looks pissed. He fucking tries to like crush the coin in his hand as he turns his back away. And at this moment, with the prying eyes, Marcus, you recognize a familiar face.
Oh.
You see the face of none other than your previous adventuring party friend, Laszlo. And
Wow.
beside him, of course, is Merrick. And close by, always on the lookout, is Ed.
Oh, Laszlo, huh?
Yes. So you see these three individuals. They appear to be perusing. They just picked up something from another purveyor of potentially illicit goods. And they begin to stuff their backpacks with some items.
Okay, I want to know what kind of items that there's.
It appears to be traveling gear of some sort. Grappling hooks. You see some pitches for tents. Kind of like remedial supplies. But you also see a very interesting. It's almost glowing, but there's like an aura around it. A scroll. And they stuff that. Laszlo, you see, he stuffs that inside his jacket pocket on the inside. And he just begins to look around, and he smacks Ed on the back, says, "This way, come on." And they begin walking down the aisle, perusing as they go. So they, oh yes, that's very nice.
Too much.
We don't have the coin for that, Merrick. And you
uh,
see Merrick is flipping his notepad. He always carried a notepad. He's flipping his notepad and he's jotting down some things.
I'm gonna walk up behind. Hello there.
Laszlo turns around. Ooh, ghastly. What do you want, old man? And make it quick. I have things to do, places to go, people to see.
I was wondering if you knew somebody. His name was, what was it called? Theron.
As you say the name Theron, Merrick goes stark white. And he kind of like scampers a bit behind Ed. Ed himself gets very stern looking in the face. Even more stern than he normally is, right? He's already very stoic. But you see, he almost, his brows furl and he gets a small permeation on his mouth. Normally straight, chiseled, but he gets a gap in there, almost looking like anger. And you see Laszlo, he says, "I've never heard of that man before. I'm not sure what you're talking about."
I know you lie.
Look, I don't know what you want, old man, but you need to fuck off. Before someone gets hurt. And you see
You
Ed...
just tell my grandpa to fuck off. And
You see... Oh. You see Ed slowly lifting a very large... It's a knife, but it's a very large,
I'll be
jagged...
all
Can I sneak around him and
Oh, you can attempt to.
Here.
You can attempt to.
I would like to.
Okay.
Easy.
Roll your stealth at disadvantage.
Oh.
As you see, Ed is very, very aware of what's happening right now. And Asherak rushes up to the grandpa, says, "Don't talk about grandpa like that."
That is a 22.
Okay, so as you begin to sneak around the backside, you feel a push as you begin to like walk towards them. Almost like you're physically walking, but you're like stopped by this barrier, but there's nothing there. And your hand seemingly passes through it, but as you begin to encroach, it's like this barrier behind Laszlo.
Anti-theft gear.
So, who are you exactly, old man? And why do you have such colorful friends? As he clearly can tell that the lizard is not related to the human presented in front of him.
First of all, the family resemblance is uncanny.
Recognize me. Or maybe you recognize the staff.
He begins to peer closely at you, and he says, "Is that you?"
Oh, it's so good to see you, my friend.
And he gestures towards Ed, and you see he sheathes his dagger. They both, Merrick and Ed, do hear you as you say this, and did hear Laszlo as he said your name. And you do see like a sense of calm begins to take over Ed in particular. And this barrier that was blocking you from encroaching now dissipates. We shouldn't talk here.
I agree. We need much more private accommodations.
Yes. Perhaps the exit.
Yes.
Sewers. Yes. Or anybody else. You and your friend here go first. And he gestures towards the lizard. You and your friend here go first, and we'll meet you there. 5 minutes. Yes, sorry, old man. We don't want your goods. And he turns his back, and they all three begin to walk away. What do you do?
I'm gonna keep my eye on their group. I didn't approach or anything, so
No, you didn't.
I don't think they know me. So I'm just gonna follow them around.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
As he does this, I'm gonna earn dash right.
Be careful. They're runners.
They're runners. They're an adventuring party.
13.
They abandoned me alone.
Okay. Well, that was after the fucking psycho murder spree in the middle of the night, to be fair, surrounding your brother's death. Okay, Poppy, what do you do?
Was this when we
I
tell
would
them about
like
how you got
to-
cursed with old age and how the only cure is everything in their pockets?
Walk through.
They definitely don't appear to be wealthy.
I'm not hiding. My presence
Okay.
is well
They don't
known,
have
but my
to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
muscles
a lion.
are repellent enough towards
Mhm.
people.
Very.
So
Yeah.
I'm just walking.
Okay, are you going with Marcus and Ashrak, or are you just perusing?
Where are you? Do I see you?
Well, he tried to sneak up behind them, but there was this weird
Yeah.
invisible force field.
I haven't.
Am I aware of him?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, he's not hiding from you.
No. All right. I'm going to talk to SW if he's there and see if he knows a guy that has, generally like an information broker.
Put my,
Okay.
my shoulder on your hand.
Your shoulder on my hand.
Shoulder on my
hand. Shoulder.
Ah! Blade, come here.
Where are we going?
A colleague.
I was here one time, a very long time ago, but I was drunk off my ass. But it looks familiar. Maybe I can find some rare,
Not a friend.
rare coffee.
Some rare coffee.
We're not here.
There's always time for coffee.
Okay,
That's what I
so.
say about wine.
Oh, that's what he says. That's what he says about wine. All right, so, Sean, Tirith, as you are attempting to sneak, and Marcus and Ashrak have both left towards the sewers. As you attempt to sneak, where's my chart? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, you are met with a very sharp pain in your back. Not quite a stab wound, but you can tell it's coming if things don't go your way. And you hear behind you, "Who are you?" And you see a very large elf standing behind you. Somehow, he escaped your gaze and somehow ended up behind you.
Is this one of the ones that Marcus was talking to?
Yes, this appears to be the, he's a very large elf man.
Elfman.
Who
I
are you?
mean no harm. I'm a friend of Marcus.
Why are you following?
I'm simply making sure you do not harm him.
He lets out a deep sigh, and he kind of like shoves you forward. Don't be stupid. Go with your friend. We will meet you soon. Do this again.
Like, fix my thing.
You will
my
die.
coat.
Here. Now.
You point him out to me, Tirith.
Very
Let me know.
rude.
And he walks to the side of you, kind of giving you. He's staring daggers at you,
Oh,
So you'll
in your
fit.
metaphorically and physically.
He's literally staring daggers at you.
I mean, he was.
Daggers are being thrown from
He almost
his
got
eyes.
shanked. Like he almost shiggity
Almost got
shanked.
shanked. Yeah.
So
Shiggity
What has
shake.
got them so on
you
edge,
do see
man?
DW, or sorry, SW,
SW.
DW. No,
From
Duck.
the this and that.
Yes,
Blitz.
he is.
Yeah.
He has his little booth, his this and that booth. The Birdman, and you see he appears to be almost like packing up for the night.
Bird person.
Ah, well. If it isn't my good friend,
This is your colleague?
Robot Man. Yes, Robot Man. How goes it? More wares? Upgrades?
None
Magic?
now.
No.
Who?
I have this pet lemur here. It's very useful. And you see this lemur in this cage, like,
Poor guy.
yes.
I want it.
But he's very hungry. Very hungry.
What do those even eat?
Yes, fruit. Would you be interested in it?
Yeah, wait. I've got 30 gold.
You couldn't buy his shit. So, my friend,
Oh,
robots.
He's one of those lemurs.
What
that
are we
eats
doing
the
here?
coffee beans and
I need-
shits them out.
Information.
Oh. Well, I'm closing up for the night, but
I could pay.
those are the magic words. And you see he kind of like clunks down the box he had in his hands, and he shoves it to the side of the desk. So, and he sits down, and he gestures towards the two. They're like rickety ass stools in front of his little booth. They don't. You can tell they don't get much use, but they're definitely worn and weathered. Shall we? While he has quite an elegant, like
Yeah.
wooden,
Yeah.
shiny, very well polished chair. And he has like a gap in the back for his cockerel wings.
Nice.
So, what sort of information are we brokering today?
I need a few pieces. One, on the war with involving the Kaiba Empire,
Oh, yes, sticky business.
and
Profitable though.
the king of Carantania, correct?
Ah, yes, the king. Well,
Yes, you're right. As Poppy is like picking up all the things in his stall. What's this? What's this?
don't touch that. Stop it.
But it's
No.
just a book.
Yes,
Do not get me kicked out of here.
yes. Do not get him kicked out of here.
It would
Thought
not
this
be.
was your colleague, dude.
Colleague. I mean, I've sold some stuff.
Business
bought some stuff.
partners.
It's a business relationship. I'm a purveyor of goods and information.
Information.
Mostly good stuff.
We'll ask that after we get the information.
So, what is it you wish to know? The situation.
Yes, all
Ah.
of the information pertaining to the
Conflict?
the conflict.
Yes, nasty business.
We were told it was an all-out war.
War is profitable.
Very good. Well, she's good at this stuff, even if she isn't a little klepto or something.
I'm a hired mercenary. War is profitable.
Well, there we go. You know what? I could find a great buyer for this one, if you're willing to sell.
Oh no, I'm in a party now. I'm just
Oh.
saying I used to be in that.
She's
line
not
of
for sale
work.
then.
I will tell you, I don't think she takes kindly to slavery.
Hold up!
It's not slavery. She'll make a profit too, just not as much as me.
I kind of bulk up and just like,
So you're talking about a contract?
ooh,
Yes.
is that a fist-sized ruby?
Well, if you have contracts, you can leave them with us. We'll take them.
No. The contract is her. We'll buy her from you.
You don't own me.
Oh, well then I okay. Yes. What were we saying? Yes. Yes, information.
I would like to intimidate this man into giving us
roll an
information for free.
Roll an intimidation.
Okay.
So he's attempting to change the subject rather quickly.
I mean, we don't even know what information he has.
20.
if
Very
any.
true. So he's no. Well, the first tidbit, of course, clients, friends get the first one for free. So, yes, there was an invasion from who knows where, right? They came from the depths of the mountains, the impassable, and they invaded the continent, the Carantanians. The king of Carantania is in denial. The emperor of Kaiba is proclaiming that it's his right to own the whole swath of the continent. Right? Namesake, whatever. Nobody really knows. It's could be a bunch of hooply-blah. But either way, he's got some really crazy war machinations. They use dinosaurs. Ancient creatures from
I
a
believe
time.
we ate dinosaur recently.
Oh,
I cooked it.
She cooked it bad.
Shut up.
It does sound rather good. But they use them in battle, and they're tearing the countryside apart.
And you said where was the king of Carantan?
Well, he's in his capital, of course.
Capital.
Yes. City of Bramberg. He wouldn't leave. He's getting rather old in age, and seems to be rather misguided about this invasion attempt. But it is very real.
And how do you have any information on how the impassable mountains were passed?
No, that is still a mystery. But yet, there is many an adventurer that wishes to seek this passageway. But, as you probably read through the history books and were taught in school.
I didn't exactly go to school.
Oh. Well, many an adventurer has attempted to pass these mountains to find a pathway to this desolate wasteland. I'm not sure why, but they've attempted many hundreds of times, and every time the individual involved never comes back. So,
Would it be feasible to go there by boat
to the continent?
to Kaiba?
Yes, but there's a large swath of desert there. May not be too much for you, but your friend here would surely die in the heat and lack of water.
So
Not like you could drink from the ocean,
seek
right?
information to find secret passage through the mountain. Understood.
Yes. Well, like I said, there's many an adventuring group about. In fact, I just spoke with a group. I don't know where they went. But I did just speak with a group about their adventure they're hoping to go on.
Who? What do they look like?
Well, I can't tell you that. It's a
That's
client.
secret.
I feel like she doesn't really understand what goes on.
She is kind of new here. She said
Yes.
she's been here.
No, it's
once.
obvious. We don't really get many of your kind here.
I do have one more
The
question.
furry ones we do get are the tabaxis, not sure. Ugh.
Is he being racist?
I feel like he's more threatened by you because he's bird, your lion.
I make a chomping in his face.
I do have one final question, and then we can get out of your hair.
Others.
She asked me if you knew anything about her sister Primrose.
Speaking of my kind.
Well, that's going to cost some coin now. I said the first one's free. I can't do the
Of course.
second.
I understand, and depending on the value of information.
You know that's not how it works. You can't say, I give you money later for the
No,
information.
I have money. I'm saying
It's not about you having the money. It's about getting the money up front for the information.
You want me to lightly torture him?
No.
I whisper into his ear.
we don't need torture, Tachi. I'll give you 100 gold right now. If the information is as valuable as I would hope, or she would hope, there will be more after.
But I keep the 100 regardless of the information.
Of course. But
Roll a persuasion.
it's more incentivizing, giving some better information. That is 21. 4 plus.
The
17.
deal.
All right, I will knock.
So he takes the coins and he slides it gently across the table.
Not big enough deal to me. Shake on it.
That's not exactly how we do things down here.
I don't care.
The least amount of trace between two people.
Well, I don't know much about a...
Naturally wick moisture. What do you mean?
I don't know much about a prim. However, there was a group of tabaxi here not long ago. Perhaps a couple of weeks, actually, before you arrived.
Skinny dunderheads.
You were associated with them.
We're different.
It doesn't matter. You're associated.
Would you like
Go-
the information or not?
Go on.
Are you going to argue the whole night?
Stop talking and listen. Maybe here. I'm gonna whip out my notepad and pen. Just write down.
Just take notes. So, there was a group of suspicious-looking tabaxi not some time ago. They bore a strange package. I'm not really sure what was in it, but it sounded like living cargo, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It also bore a strange marking on it. Now, I don't know much about the marking itself, but I have heard from some of my other clientele that it signifies some sort of deep underground organization. Yes, even
I rip
shadier.
off a piece of paper. Please, as best as you can.
I was
portray-
writing on that.
It just says, people, here, cats, dunderheads.
Not one of them.
So, as he draws the insignia, it looks like a dragon in a circular kind of pattern, but the dragon is skeletal in nature.
Oh.
So, that's the symbol that the cargo bore. Now, I don't think the Tabaxi are members of this deep underground organization. We've gotten a few of them through here, but they were carrying something rather large, and I could have sworn I heard a particular kind of thud while they were walking with it.
How barbaric.
Well, my assumption is it's type of living cargo.
Mm-hmm.
Who it was, maybe it's your prim, I'm not sure. But they ended up selling the cargo to another individual.
Someone here?
No, not currently. I haven't seen him since, in fact. A normally rather reoccurrent patron of our sophisticated market. But I haven't seen him since. In fact, I did send a letter to his home, but never received a reply, which is odd for him, because he and I have a particular sort of relationship, especially when it comes to the purveyor of
You're
living
not the
things.
only
And he
person
points
in
to the
He means
lemur,
sexual.
lemur near him. He means sexual.
Um,
And he points to the lemur near him. I regularly get all sorts of exotic animals from this purveyor.
That's his
But
boo.
this cargo was different, unique. Didn't seem like he was buying it for himself this time, which is strange.
do you have a way for us to check up on this person?
Well, you could
could
potentially find his manor. He's a wealthier individual of Carantania. His name is Titus. And as I said, he's known to buy exotic animals. He has his own zoo.
A menagerie? I'm not dumb.
Well, you could check there and maybe find some clues as to what it is he bought. If he bought it, it was probably at his zoo.
Understandable. Do you have any further information on the matter?
Not much. If you're hoping to find a way to pass these mountains, you'll have to find someone with better information. Unfortunately, we don't have much here.
That was quite well. And
Well, Folgehold and Carantani aren't really the best of friends, so they're not really willing to trade that information.
I'm gonna give him an additional 100 gold. thank you for the information. Do you
Always.
feel like you have sufficient info to go on?
I mean, it's a wild goose chase, but it's something.
Isn't all of it a wild goose chase?
It certainly has proven to be.
Thank you very much.
I mean, trying to find a missing person on an entire continent, that can't be easy.
I hope our further business...
As always, you know where to find me.
And I'll gesture a handshake as I kind of...
Okay. So, Tirith, did you head to the sewers with Marcus, or were you just hanging out in the market?
I guess I'll head to the sewers. Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll just tell them too that. Yeah, one of those other guys.
go ahead.
Uh,
They're waiting in the sewers, so you arrive.
Okay. Marcus, your friends are rather rude. One of them
They
tried.
really are.
Don't call me Marcus.
You can give up the act. Why do we need to keep the act going? They know who you are.
It's hard to switch the voice now.
Now he's stuck like this.
From everyone else down
So
Uh,
I'm
Hey,
just
hey,
gonna reach over and I'm just gonna.
And for now,
How about
it's
now?
Van.
Smack him in the back.
For now, it's Van and Raindream.
Up. I didn't smack him hard enough. Let me try again.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna start winding up.
Oh, here comes the big one.
Before
It's
the
coming. Find your voice yet.
I will return the favor if you hit me.
Okay, before these buffoons.
I wipe a
head
tear
over-
of laughter from my eye and flick it away.
He
All right,
said you
before these
bitch.
buffoons come over to us, you want to tell me how you know them?
They were.
They were there when my brother died.
Oh,
Well, he dropped the acronym real quick.
are you sure they are not involved in this murder?
Given the fact that they were possessed too, yes, I'm pretty sure.
Well, remember, Merrick almost died.
I figured being possessed too, kind of.
He could have allowed possession.
He's like, yes, come into me, good.
That
I'm
sounds
excited to
sexual.
That was the point.
Why am I surrounded by a bunch of dudes?
Hey, it's
You
not our
have-
fault.
you
You
have-
can recruit another lady
I've been
anytime.
trying.
And you and given what you did during your campaign, you have no room to complain.
That's true. All the shit with Tira.
Because I'm trying to give you all a piece of
Hey,
your
that was
medicine.
Oh, piece of our
consensual.
medicine, okay?
That was consensual.
I was gonna say,
romantic
for guys,
relationship,
that's just
okay?
flattery. We appreciate it.
For a single night.
You
Men
like
don't
it
get
when a gay guy
It's not
hits
like
on
we
you?
get attention, okay? We'll take attention.
Free drink.
We're like dogs, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Anyway,
say, free
rough,
drinks is
rough,
always
my
a
guy.
plus. We don't care who it comes from.
So, as you begin to, how much of the story of your past encounter with this group do you want to tell? Because you still have a couple of minutes before you. They said they would arrive in 5.
I'm gonna tell that we to
If you want to tell them everything, I can do.
to summarize, we formed a ragtag team to kill some cave troll.
Yep.
Rolls.
That were terrorizing this mining town in the meritocracy.
The
Mining guild was in trouble.
the local mayor ran us out because he didn't have the money and he was gonna get in trouble for hiring us.
Yeah, he BS'd it.
We
But they didn't kill him.
So we found out a nice swamp off the camp, and I woke up. One of them was possessed. My
Love
brother was
swamps.
dying.
Yeah. Tragic. And there was a storm. There was a shadowy rider on a hill.
So I'm gonna explain.
Yes, I'm gonna mention the shadowy rider on the hill.
So I'm gonna say, okay, here's the deal. You want these guys to get beat up? Just say the word sassafras, and I'll spring into
Sassafras.
action.
Code word.
No, Laszlo's a cat.
He's not a coward. He just doesn't like to get his hands dirty. He's a very neat guy. It's not that he's a coward,
Well,
he's an
very-
adventurer. He's not a coward.
They should be easy to bend to whatever our means are.
Boy.
But
I thought they were your friends.
but
They didn't
but-
help you.
but if you really want to speak to Laszlo O's heart, it requires coin.
I've got something more convincing than coin.
I don't think many things are more
So,
convincing.
as you guys begin to deliberate
Bodily
this, the three of them walk up, and immediately, Laszlo gives Marcus an enormous hug. Oh, it's good to see you, lad.
I just kinda-
It's been so long. Oh,
Yeah.
drop it.
Can I-
There's no one here.
Can I make a quick insight check to see how genuine he's feeling?
Sure, go ahead.
This guy's being
Go ahead.
like, how much of this is like an act?
And I immediately hold out my arms, expecting hugs all around.
Ed stares at you
14.
sternly. So you can tell he's definitely over embellishing. He's acting a lot. You know, he's like totally putting on a show. But it's genuine. It's a genuine show. He's just way fucking over the top with
Okay.
everything.
You
We
gotta.
Ed
sell the
stares
message.
daggers as Ashrak is expecting a hug, and Merrick he's not like cowering behind them, but he's behind them, kind of like fiddling with stuff
Indifferent.
in his hands. He's like fidgeting.
It's good to see you boys.
And it is so good to see you. I know last we left, it wasn't the greatest of circumstances. We were a little bit upset about, you leading the whole terrorizing people in the middle of the night thing. It affected us for a while, I'll admit. It was rather traumatic. Merrick almost died, for God's sake. So, we were a bit perturbed by the situation, but I assure you, we have come together, experienced a great deal. We have made our way to the frontier. Yes. Oh, I have tales to tell. I bet you have never been there before.
Yes, I have. Got food poisoning from a raptor.
Wait, what?
Good times. Also, your friend might want to wash his lip. He looks like he's just smelled shit. And I glare back at Ed.
Yes, he's very tall. He's like a 6'6" fucking elf giant dude of bulkiness.
Is that the guy who stuck the knife in my back?
Yes.
Okay,
You're
I'm
bigger than
behind. I go behind Ashrak, but I'm staring daggers too.
And I say to him, you're a bigger elf than most I've seen,
Yes.
by far. Where from do you hail?
If I understand right, he's from the Tanakh Forest.
We do not talk of this. Laszlo says, Marcus, you're going to upset him. You know better. I told you better.
You must be a
Ed, it's
stout
all right.
warrior.
Here is a carrot, Ed. And he hands out like a full ass, big old fucking carrot. And you just see Ed grabs it and he just.
You
And
must be a
chunks
stout
are flying
warrior,
out
then.
everywhere
Ugh.
as he just crunches into this thing like it was
He just
nothing.
likes chewing on it. It's not
So-
for consumption. It's just chewing.
It reminds me of like Ed. Ed and Eddie. I like Ed.
That's kind of where I got the name from.
I've heard of your people wandering, but I've never seen one.
My people.
Legendary mercenaries, so I've been told.
No. I am Tanakh.
Yes, mercenary's not a name. It's a job, an occupation.
You can see he's getting a little disturbed by this talk. He's confused. And when he's confused, he gets angry.
Ashrak,
He's not sure what you're talking about. The Tanakh are from the forest to the north of Carantania. I think you're talking about a different group of elves.
Yes, that's
So-
what I think he is.
You would
because my
think he's
character
that because
doesn't
he's
know.
like this giant hulking dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. So he's confused too. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And when he gets confused, he gets angry.
Ashrak,
He's like a Hulk, but permanently the Hulk.
Most stupid people do.
Well, he's not necessarily stupid. He's just quiet.
He
doesn't talk much.
Get angry?
Ashrak, I believe
Angry a lot.
Eve that this is a topic that say aid for or never.
And
Getting get mine.
Anyway, it's great to see you,
Tired
but
of people telling me how to act around people. I'm full of it. This guy seems strong, and I want to wrestle him.
this is not the time for that.
Yes.
Not now. Eventually.
Well, sure, you guys can play fight however you like. I'm pretty sure my man Ed here is into men too, so you guys should get along just well.
Is that why you hired him?
Ed looks just straight-faced, nothing expressionless.
I'll just wink at him.
Laszlo, you're not the only one who's been in on quite the adventure.
Well, we're actually gearing up for another one. I'm not sure if you've heard, but that whole war going on in the south sparked quite the rage. But we, Laszlo's merry band of the greatest adventurers on the continent, name still, it works. We are going to traverse the pass, make it successful there, and get all the booty. Yes.
You know the way. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course.
I want to use an insight to see if you bullshit it because I know this guy.
Yeah. He's giving me off Forge vibes. Like, is this guy gonna appoint himself the mayor of a town in Baldur's Gate and hold an event?
15.
You can tell he's not quite giving the full story. Something's missing. It's not that he's lying, but there's something missing.
A contact,
Come,
perhaps?
now, Laszlo.
Where are we going? Where are you going? You said come. Where are you going then? I have this outlandishly great adventure that's going to make me stupendously famous, and here you are questioning me. It's not very nice. Especially to the start of a conversation.
That keeping you alive, and I'm going to gesture at
you
the large one.
as well.
Ed is my friend. I've rescued him. I'll thank you very much. I am quite the hero.
Yes, and I'm sure you never stop telling people of your exploits.
Well,
Humble
that would
heart is worth more than
make
gold,
me a
friend.
terrible storyteller, and I am, if not, the best storyteller alive today.
And I'm sure.
I'm making sure I
you-
cough in the background.
And I'm sure.
Something caught in your lad's throat there.
He too is wrong.
Your mother.
He's a bard too. Well, I have not heard of him, but I am
I'm
sure you have heard of Laszlo, the magnificent, embellishing beauty of
I'm sure.
the realm.
I'm sure.
Making things up.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I want to look at Tirith, and I'm going to say,
Name
isn't
pending.
Isn't it true that they say that those who are the best at what they do don't constantly have to remind people that they are?
No, it's in fact that people who do not understand history are doomed to repeat it. So here I am, lavishly explaining all of the history that I have accomplished myself to you so that you don't make any mistakes. You're
I've never
welcome.
heard of you.
Well,
There's certainly no embellishments there.
No, of course not.
Laszlo, you know as well as I do that pass is not is neither for the faint-heart or the dull-witted.
No,
I've never heard of him.
you're right.
Sure.
Look, I'll be honest. We have a potential passage. It's not concrete, but
What
it
concrete?
has potential. It's
Interest.
very dangerous.
What if I were to tell you that it is quite the prize beyond those passages? I know of this prize. The problem is I lack the means to get it. And I'm not talking about the passage either.
What are you talking about then?
There seems to be
Oh, I pull Marcus aside. I'm like,
Loose lips.
be
cinch
careful
hips.
what you share,
I swear.
please.
there seems to be a very specific item that is on this side of the pass. The problem is we don't know how to get it.
What item?
It is a key.
Oh my god.
I'm just
Alright.
gonna smack him in the back of the head as hard as I
To a
can.
check. To a very specific check.
Roll the hit. That sounds like damage to me.
Yep.
You can hurt your party members?
Yeah.
100%.
This isn't Baldur's
You
Gate.
just
Well,
slap the
actually, you
fuck out
can
of him
fireball
for
Baldur's
Talking
Gate.
too much.
Well, I mean, hey, you got
21.
okay. Does that be trick? Okay, that hits.
I have a 15. Ian is a humanoid.
Woo! Okay, deal damage.
As much business as Marcus has done, somehow has never heard the saying.
I mean,
"Who slips
well,
takes shit."
here's the thing. You guys don't know these guys. He does. He trusts them. So you did how much damage?
9.
Okay, write down 9 damage. As you strike him, Ed pulls out 2 long swords in both hands and steps in front of where Marcus is. Laszlo puts his hand out as a gesture. Ed,
I pull off my belt and my pants fall down.
he doesn't, like, Ed is stone-faced. Laszlo goes, oh,
Good lord. What the hell is wrong with you?
is
The
this
hell
how
is
your
wrong with
friends
you?
treat you? Maybe you're better off with us. You should ditch this ragtag band of miscreants.
Hold your tongue. You know the dangers at play. You'll get them killed and potentially everyone else.
Get the magnificent, greatest bard alive that has ever graced the corners of this earth killed?
Cherith is like losing his cool.
I think you underestimate me and my band of
I-
merry
Not as upset as
miscreants.
Ashrak.
I think
Merry
you
man.
underestimate the dangers ahead of you. This is not some light joke. This is not
Me-
something to be.
Nobody's making a funny here. You're the one hitting your friend.
Well,
because he speaks
I
too
am
freely.
Well, I can't and say I condone Ashrak's attitude. He does have something of a point.
Well, you're looking for a key.
The people. Oh,
How am I supposed to help you with that?
well,
There's zero context here, my boy. Treasures beyond the past. Great, that sounds awesome. Yes, that's what we're hoping to find. But you're looking for a key to get to the treasures?
yes.
All right, a key. Here you go. It's my room key from the bar that I did not give back on accident. There you are. There's a key. I don't know what
Yeah.
you want.
If
He just leaves the key. Doesn't even bother to pick it up.
I
Well-
just kind of.
You have random bar key.
Hell yeah.
well,
I'm gonna try it on every door.
I need.
I'd love to help you.
Supposedly, the emperor has it.
Wait, no, not him.
It is time I think we depart, Marcus.
I was hoping hoping you at least knew a name.
Yes. A name we fear, which is unlike us. Emperor Memnon. He is tenacious, some would say, as he gestures towards Merrick, and you see Merrick. You could tell Merrick is very uncomfortable at even the mention of his name. The things he has done to get to where he is. We have heard terrible tales and
Memnon.
met across a battlefield of his making. It was
Why is it so familiar?
disturbing, to say the least.
Yes.
I don't know where he is, but I may know someone that does. I met a wanderer of sorts. In fact, he had robes similar to your friends here, this Asherak fellow. He may know where this emperor is currently. He mentioned something about tracking him for whatever reason or not. We didn't make much of a play at trying to learn what he was after or whatever. He helped us escape this battlefield.
Where do we find him?
Well, I can take you to him, but I have to be sure that this violent tendency of yours is not to come out again, because this man is a friend, and so is Marcus. So,
Yes, Marcus is my friend as well. However, His discretion seems to be eluding him today.
Discretion amongst friends? I've never heard of the word.
Understand, we don't know you, and you seem full of yourself.
When you say we,
I
you
quite
mean
agree.
you and this small bard friend of yours.
He's bigger than anyone you've ever met. Ask
Oh.
any lady he's ever slept with.
The ladies would beg
And I
different.
just look
No
over
need
at
for
him
Was
and
that
I
a fat
go,
joke?
No,
that
no
was a
need
dick
for
joke.
that.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, if transparency is the key, then your disguise there, Marcus, will have to be undone. I can't take you to this man if you go with ill tendencies.
Of course.
This man you would consider a-
dawn on it is because
He saved our lives and the lives of hundreds of others. Like I said, the war, this battle that took place, ravaged an entire city's countryside.
in what
thousands.
way did he save these people? Is he a particularly adept martialist?
Yes, in fact. And he fought with powerful weapons.
What
He
did
was fleet
fight?
of foot and somehow was able to catch projectiles in the air.
Yes, so he was a monk.
Well, he did mention he was,
From Makshana.
yes, that sounds the word. Yes, Makshana.
Shawarma.
I've not encountered many like him, if ever anyone like him. His capabilities were staggeringly impressive.
Oh, I'm using this opportunity and I just say, you have today.
As your pants list, your pants are curled around your ankles. He says, yes, today. Right. Yeah, if you are, in fact, a monk of Makshana, as this individual, you are far less sensuous as he was. You may want to fix that.
well,
Right.
thank you for your assistance.
Well, do you want me to help you or not? I can
Well, of
take you
course.
to him.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
sounds
yes,
like your
please.
mission is important.
Do we see them?
Yes,
Yes, at this
Yes.
time, Poppy and Deity both approach from the sewers. And Ed, by now, he's put away his swords.
Oh, that's good.
So I would like
That'd
to
be
wave over
What?
to
You think so?
Deity
You
and
think it'd be bad
Poppy.
for Ed?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you mind if we have just a moment to confer in privacy?
More friends, I see.
Yeah, when we turn around.
Yes, and I need to speak with
My God, he walks up to Poppy and he walks up to her. He's like invading your personal space. He doesn't touch you, but he's invading your personal space. My God, this is magnificent. I haven't seen the likes of you in some time. Impressive.
Thanks.
That is a mighty sword.
That is enough.
Ed, I do think you should get one of those. It looks rather handy. Yes.
It's very handy. I can attest to that.
My goodness. Look at this.
Do you want
May I
the
speak
muscles?
with you, Poppy and Deity?
Oh. He goes, oh,
We're gonna have a little, if you don't mind, we're gonna have a little.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Sorry.
apologies.
He doesn't even acknowledge the fact that
Just-
the Warforged walked by.
Grab him, please.
Didn't even care.
Aw.
We found information.
Yes, we
So
did
is
too.
we.
Yeah,
However,
and Red lurking down here with us. or
Yeah, no,
something?
Red was with
Red-
Marcus and then the whole time.
Okay.
I don't,
Our
when I'm DMing, I don't like to play my character.
Okay.
Unless
Our
you
resident-
address me, I don't do anything. Just
businessman
that.
has seemed to have forgotten himself and shared details about both the Emperor and the key with these.
Okay,
women.
well, these friends do seem to be friendly, so let's at least see them out. They look like they're guiding us to your
She's like
paragon.
bouncing her biceps up and down.
They're guiding us to someone, yes. However,
Friends in a black market.
Someone who saved
That
them
seems
sounds
ironic.
like your paragon.
moving forward, Marcus, if you're going
Quite.
to spill information given to us by a divine being that is considered incredibly powerful and very dangerous,
I do think
especially
your
to
lips
such
were
a
a bit loose.
pompous ass,
Interesting. I mean, you did get information, and now you're being
It-
ostracized for it.
they also have information, which is my concern.
And how would you suggest I go about outdoing it in the future then?
Maybe talk to your party?
Did I miss something?
And yes,
Yeah, he spilled the beans on our
Just a bit of
situation
drama.
mission.
not entirely.
But mostly. Told them we were looking for the Emperor.
Don't hurt
Got to
him.
get a key. And
the
something
key.
about treasure, which I suppose that's the part that's a little missing.
Really?
Which means
Don't
if
hurt
these people
him.
are glory hounds, which I see, they
I
may
mean-
try to beat us to it.
Maybe, but
Yes, but they clearly are afraid. And won't be going anywhere near the key.
and there is
I'm
6 of
not
us and 3 of them. So if they do turn coat, not like we couldn't handle it.
Yes,
We
but
could
don't know
use
what they have.
their-
Where do you think they obtained the information for a potential pass through these unpassable mountains?
Well, we are in a black market. I assume they obtained it here.
I-
Illicit
I couldn't
means,
find
sure.
it. The one that I SW didn't have information on.
La-
that. He did have lots of other good information.
While Laszlo is a bit of a blowhard, that doesn't make him any less capable.
Could you just call him?
He
a
likes
blowhard
to
in front of
talk.
his face?
No,
That's a lie.
you guys are
Walk
talking.
away.
I'm assuming you walked far enough away
Yeah.
and are
Yes.
talking quiet
Yeah.
enough so that they can't hear. I'm not gonna make you
Am
roll.
I still
for it.
over there with them then? Never
No, you're
mind.
all you're all in the same group. You 6.
We walked.
I can't be
He's
the only
most-
one who seems that this was a lapse in judgment that could have cost us all.
Look,
No, I
look,
agree.
I get that, but we're also making assumptions.
They're strangers to us.
Hey, if,
I know
Not
if
to
they
him.
betray us, I
This
can
man
take
reeks
care
of a
it.
liar.
But did
I agree.
we not divulge information to the Arcanum? What's the difference?
I can take care of it.
One of them is
The
an
difference is
established
you represent
source
the
of
Arcanum.
information. The other is a random group of individuals who Marcus once knew years back. Who
And were involved in his brother's murder in some
yes.
shape or form,
So
Right.
whether willingly or
Well,
unwillingly.
I guess it comes down to whether or not we trust Marcus or not.
I trust Marcus, but not them.
trust
Please,
Marcus.
moving forward.
Clearly, you trust me, because as my head still hurts.
Yeah, you
he
do have
hurt
a
you?
knot on the back of your head.
I do think that was
Punch.
rather rash.
You punched him?
I slapped him.
At least wait until we're in private to do that, please. Let's
you should
air
have done it
grievances.
hard.
Got like one of those
grievances.
anime knots, you know?
I assure you, it's better than
Impulsive.
what deity would have done had he been present for the way it happened.
Correct. Probably a little
I-
harder.
Yeah, well, I don't really
I-
like that.
Maybe we should wait until we're in private before we air these grievances.
Well,
All
not
I'm
to mention-
saying is, if information of that level of vitality is shared outside of our circle of trust, we all need to be on board.
I would say, yeah, I mean, this Orin
I mean,
cat shared some
We
pretty
can't-
infinite wisdom with us.
we can't
Look,
get
Who do we
anywhere
know
by
is really on our
ourselves.
side? I do agree with that, though. We can't get there by ourselves. And if they maybe have a method, cool.
But we don't
Yes.
need to divulge information that's irrelevant. Why we need to go there? We're looking for treasure as well. Blanket statement.
Yeah,
they're
that
looking
could
for
be
treasure.
true. But why are they going to buy
Also, glory
Exactly.
hounds are
that?
a
A monk of
liability.
Makshana, a member of the Arcanum.
Glory hounds are a liability.
We
His
could-
very nature could cause us issue.
Right?
Anyway, we did find out some relevant information.
All right.
Yeah.
What did you guys obtain?
Some information on her sister potentially.
Yeah.
But,
Wait,
I'll-
she's here? On the continent?
it's
Last you
it's
said
the
she was
lead.
taken away on a
It's
portal.
goose chase. I don't know. Wild
It's a lead.
goose chase.
It's a lead.
Next, the king of Carantania, whom has the key, correct?
No.
No, that was the king
that was
No.
no, that's the king of
The Kaiba.
the other nation,
Emperor.
Kaiba.
He's the one that has
Emperor
the key.
Kaiba.
So then,
He's the one that has the key.
why was I asking about the?
I don't know why you were asking about the King of Carantania.
I like, hey, is that the guy? And no one said anything.
I can't say. I'm not
No,
gonna
I
say
know.
that.
No, not a single
No,
other person.
but you did
No one else
learn.
was with you.
You did learn that he's in denial about the war, so he doesn't believe his kingdom's being invaded by anybody.
Well, he's in his capital, Bramberg. If we want to talk to him,
Yep, he's in the
That
castle
could prove
Bramberg.
useful.
he does not
I agree.
leave ever. That
No,
is-
and he's old.
Yeah.
Learn that he's old. He's dying. He's
Still, I think our greatest int right now or whatnot is to see your paragon track, and
We don't know
these-
that this guy's my parrot. This guy's definitely.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
come
yeah.
on,
Where,
it's
wait. Where's
not
the
like a
Paragon info? Are you talking about the stuff
This
that?
guy's definitely a monk, but he's
It's
no
a monk
paragon.
who saved people.
That's what
Sounds
we
like a
need.
paragon.
I think Frank.
Oh, okay. So you're making. Oh, no, you're in character
I'm-
making the assumption.
I'm in
Getcha.
character making an
I
assumption.
gotcha. Okay,
yes.
I
Look.
thought you guys were still talking out of character. I was like, what the hell's going on?
No.
Okay.
The paragon isn't out in battlefields in that way, but I appreciate the sentiment. This may be a monk, but something to be considered is he may not be from my sect either if he's aligned with these baboons.
Why are they buffoons?
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Well, there's only
wait.
one way to find out.
For what reason?
I don't know.
Like, you haven't spent enough time with them.
I mean,
to
I
even
get
make
not
that
liking
assumption.
Ed, but
No, I've got no issue with that. He's big and strong and quiet.
I
I
have
like
no
him.
issue with them. I just don't like them.
because he's
it's
potentially a threat. Like he's
No, it's the
potentially the
it's-
only reason you can't get everything you want from these guys by milking them.
Oh no, you have a poppy.
No,
Y'all
I
don't
like
know what
him.
Ed's capable of.
No,
I like
but
Ed.
You have a
Ed's not
poppy.
the issue. I want.
I have a general idea.
It's
I
the
was gonna
other
say.
one who's fucking voloing it up real hard right now.
Yes, he
Laszlo?
is very much so like Volo. For
Exactly.
real. Yeah. He's a very Volo style character.
Which is
Poppy
why I
will
don't
always
trust
be
him.
Poppy.
Well,
Next
of
thing
course,
you know,
we
he's gonna have an
already-
ice pick to your eye.
Look, we
That's all
already
I'm
know
saying.
he's a liar. He is not the greatest storyteller on the continent, so that
Yeah,
would
he's
be
terrible. In fact,
myself.
He said that.
Look,
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Character.
In character. They're doing it in character.
Yeah.
Yes. He did state that he is the best storyteller on the continent.
look. Every bard
I
has
bet-
their pride. I'm
I
sure
bet,
you know.
Brom hasn't even heard of him.
Pride.
I was gonna say nobody. Yeah, you haven't. You don't even know Brom knows who Laszlo is. You don't know who knows who Laszlo is.
With the gilded griffin.
But the fact of the matter is, he has a lead. Why not follow it?
I understand following the
Okay.
lead, but following the
Like-
lead and placing implicit trust in them are two different things.
No, I think like Red said, we have 6, they have 3. We have the numbers. Let's just be cautious, but I think they're our biggest lead right now.
And we
Yes.
don't.
My main thing is let's
hit
not
our
divulge anything
friends.
else.
Friends don't divulge secrets as well.
Regardless, you don't hit your friends.
I agree on
You
both.
do if it prevents them from saying more.
He still said more.
You pull your friends away from the situation. You just carry them.
Next time, just turn into a bear and.
Hey, to be fair, I did say like 3 times you're saying too much.
You don't hit your friends.
Yeah, and I had pulled your side too.
Next time, just
Anyways.
somebody cast silence. There, then you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast silence next time.
Now-
Do it.
Just be like,
Don't know how. I casted silence the only way I knew how.
Okay, so what do you do?
All right.
That was the somatic component.
Marcus, you lead the way.
Yes, I will. I'll lead the way. And while
I also take out my water skin and put it on a rag, and I on the back of his head and give him a little.
So, what's the verdict?
I'd do
Wait,
that, but mine's filled with poison.
Jesus.
lead the way. Abe.
Radio.
While we're walking, as soon as I'm out of the sewers, I'm gonna take everything off.
Okay.
Off as far as this guy.
Look like regular Marcus.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
What?
but I'm also gonna ask him. And by the way, have you heard of a man by the name of Tobias?
Tobias.
You shut your mouth right now.
Oh, here
Well, I
comes
can't
this
say that I
idea.
have.
You say another word, I promise you it'll be the last.
Hey,
I don't know these rules.
You
I
are
don't
the
care.
merriest band of adventurers I've ever met.
I'm trying to help you. I'm sorry.
Sarcasm.
You leak
I met
more
them in
than
a
a
black market.
wineskin
I don't
full of
trust them.
holes.
Well, I have no idea who a Tobias is.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
Well,
And I high five Diane.
You already know
Friendly
that it
as folk.
makes him defensive for some odd reason.
I'm glad somebody's on my side here.
Friendliest folk I've ever met. Come up with here, Marcus. We'll lead the way. Away from these.
Yes, I much rather be away from them right now.
Yes. So as you walk, he puts his arm around you. So, do regale me. Any magnificent adventures?
I join you guys.
I just look over at
Are you going to be nice too?
Kirith.
I'm always nice.
Fine, then you can stay.
As long as you don't own her, as long as you don't swing swords at her, she won't swing at you.
I'm cool.
I don't rather like to swing swords. I prefer to fight with my words.
Metaphorically speaking.
Oh, well, as long as...
So as we're all walking, and Marcus begins to tell
That being
little
said,
snippets.
Ed, have I told you the time she just killed 5 reapers in a single swing?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So as you
That
begin
was
to
fun.
regale her the story, go ahead, Tirith.
I get really quickly bored and angered by Marcus's telling of it and think it's terrible, so I take over each time.
Oh, so he
Oh, no, it was
He's like,
7.
No,
It didn't
7.
happen like that. Let me tell you.
7, and she almost died. 7. Yeah. No. Let me tell you how it went. Okay.
Totally happened.
Roll a performance check.
Atrak
Kieran.
and I are just in the back, like,
Fucking bullshit.
I'm not divulging secrets.
No, but you're
No,
you're telling the event with
Bad secrets, but yeah.
couple embellishments.
Natural 20. Oh shit.
20, a nat 20?
Nat 20.
Oh, okay. So as you're walking, he almost like somehow the conversation takes you to the left side of him, and now the 3 of you are walking, and he's got both arms around you and Marcus, and he's
a better
just
storyteller now, bitch.
he's just hi, and he keeps looking over at Marcus like, no, you didn't.
So I want to like
They were
have a
they
little.
Were, they were about to tear me from limb from limb.
Go ahead, Asher.
So I want to have like a little sidebar with deity here
Oh,
and
okay.
Red.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
take.
Yeah,
so
you're
I'm just
kind of
gonna
walking
pull them-
behind
like
everyone.
They're pulled
Ed-
aside, but I'm gonna pull them aside even further.
Okay.
aside.
Yeah, Ed is always hovering over
Yes.
Laszlo, and Merrick is quickly behind them. So they're like 5 feet apart at most ever.
I'm gonna look at deity. I'm gonna say, you see how this is an issue, right?
very plainly,
Well, he is giving up a lot of information, but
for free. I had to pay for all of the information that I
well, for free. I don't think
Deity would be okay.
that's
if we
not part of the
charged.
argument here, right? We don't give a shit about the money. I'm just
No,
saying.
it's not the. It's the risk of a blow-hearted loudmouth like that
Right.
skewing our business. Discretion does not seem to be his strong suit.
No, but he is potentially giving us the biggest lead. Let's see where it goes. If they become a problem, we do what we
My
do best.
worry is that Marcus seems to be like a freshly minted kitten chasing milk, seeking his affections from a long-lost friend, willing to be strung along and patted on the head.
Well, to be fair, have we been the friendliest to Marcus?
Think very highly of you, do they?
I
No,
like
they don't.
Marcus.
Whoa,
And
not
they
they.
think
Don't say they.
And to
I
First
like
off,
That's why I
but
said.
I
call you
feel
friend.
he is not dealing with his business mind at the moment.
Well, I think he's got something up his sleeve. He did end up getting us to where we are now through this ridiculous carnival
Yes.
and mansion antics.
I worry, however, that this may lead to others being aware of our presence. Remember what the Sky Daddy said.
Yeah, Orin.
He said that there are others on our realm who are potentially aware of the situation.
Right. No,
We
I.
have an idiot like this running his mouth that could lead them straight to
he
us.
called you an idiot.
no. He called the fucking blabbermouth, the other guy.
Well, maybe both.
Marcus.
But yeah. Well, look, I agree. I do think that. But, I mean, what other way were we going to get this potential lead? He's saying that there's a monk of Makshana that he was working with?
Yes, and that's definitely worth exploring. I'm not saying
How
the
else
information
would we
is
have
not
found that out?
valuable. What I'm saying is it could have been done divulging less. leveraging their bond. He's a businessman after all. I just think he has his guard down and
could've
is not
paid
playing
them
his
money.
cards as close to his chest. as he
Potentially,
normally
if that's what
would.
they're after.
I
but-
have money.
But if that's what they're after, this bond with Marcus appears to run deeper than we all know. I don't
See
know
the
how
character
deep it
of
runs.
this man.
My understanding is if this event is as significant as you all are agreeing that it is, the less amount of people that need to know, the better. If I had a mother, I wouldn't tell her.
Right?
Also, the character of this person seems to have been put in the forefront pretty rapidly by himself.
Right, but we still needed a lead. And I don't know about you guys, but
Yes, it's not for nothing. I'm not
Like I said,
saying
you have
that,
to
but I'm
invest to
saying
make
we need
profit.
to perhaps be
I have
ready to
money.
reel him in
I mean,
if more information.
well, I
is
think he
Information
knows
was
that
made
now after
very
you whacked him
similar.
upside the head.
a tidbit
So
for
I
a
think he's
tidbit.
definitely more aware. And he didn't tell him what we were after, which I think is important.
He's. I heard differently.
He told
He just
him
said
the
we're after
key.
treasure. Nothing
Yes, and he
specific.
told him about the key, and with a nondescript treasure of immensity, which a man like that I would see willing to jump on.
Right. He could have definitely said, we were looking for the Emperor. That may have made it simpler. But the idea that we are going to the same, or we're trying to go to the same place that they're trying to go to, did allow us to get some information about their passage as well. It's not for naught.
I agree, but we need to remain.
I do think he
Vigilant.
should maybe have not left in the bit about needing the key.
With
These seem
Yeah.
like the type of people who will pull a carpet from under you. if
But they too
necessary.
seem like treasure hunters, and if we're trying to talk about some important key,
then
that
they're
may
looking
encourage
for
them
that
more to
treasure,
work
too.
for us. Work with
Or
us.
encourage them to get greedy.
Exactly, which is why I said there's 6 of us and 3 of them. When it comes time to get the key, we make sure we're at the forefront. And if they pull
It's
anything
on edge.
fast, not going to be hard to mop up. The big guy might be a bit of a hassle, but I think we can take him.
We'll wrestle later and I'll suss him out.
That's kind of weird.
I want to see how strong he is.
Right. Now, Claire says that's kind of weird, too.
I also think that's kind of weird.
Even Diety thinks it's weird. All right. I'm going to excuse myself from this conversation.
I think Poppy's the only one who gets me around here. She'd want to test her strength.
So, you arrive.
Oh,
Still, this time you like cruise through part of the city, but then you head towards the outskirts, and you see as you've headed through this part of town, you're in like the more of like the village, working class, lower class kind of area of Carcaster. Okay, not all of Carcaster is this wealthy place. It's on this like larger kind of hill. You guys were on this big fancy area of it, but as you head down towards the shoreline, there's a very large village there, but it's much more along the poorer to the middle class line than it is to the wealthy. And you head towards this like house that's kind of like a shack with this small like wooden fence, like 2 beams in length on each side. So it's a very small little fence around this yard. And there's this like small shack that looks kind of like a house, but you can tell it's kind of like probably like made out of driftwood. And he says, "Right in here, home sweet home." And he just opens the door. You can hear the loud creaking, and he kind of like, he's got to like unjam it.
This hardly seems befitting the greatest storyteller in our realm.
Well, we just found it empty. We are here on the way. Not to worry. It's just an overnight stay. Plenty of room for everybody. Lots of hay. We made sure of it. Right in here.
Compared to that swamp, this is cozy.
That's true.
I'm about to
Shitting on
smack you.
swamps, huh?
I'm about to smack you across the head, Marcus.
He's gonna have 2 wealth.
No, what? How How is that divulging information?
No,
he
he's
was
not
there.
He's mad because you were gonna make him stay in the hay
Yes.
instead of a
I'm
bed.
mad because we're not staying in a fucking inn.
Is it almost?
It's not
time
about
to
the
hit hay?
information. Now it's about the comfort.
Now it's comfort.
Yeah.
So, as you walk in,
Strikes,
you
Marcus.
do see an individual. He appears to be reading a book. And he's got a bit of the straw in his mouth, and he's just kind of like playing with it, like fidgeting with it as he's reading. He is the rather normal-looking human. He's got short hair with a little like short braid as well. And he's wearing these like grayish tan robes with a belt, a cloth belt wrapped around his waist that's tied a bunch of times. And he has these like bracers around his wrist. He's wearing some like leather boots that are kind of short, just covering his feet, almost like regular like tennis shoes, kind of.
Oh, he got those black Air Forces.
And then around his hair, which is kind of short, but just long enough to kind of go over it, he has this band around his head. It looks like some sort of like circlet with a couple of little like ornaments or ornamental like things, decorations or such on the side. And he's just sitting there reading his book. And it's a blank covered book.
Do I recognize any of his adornments?
Roll an investigation check.
By the way, ADM, what time is it? Like morning?
Oh, it's buttfuck early. It's like 1 a.m. now.
So that would be a 4.
Okay, so you don't recognize any of the adornments, but you do recognize the robes. They do appear to be gifted robes when you join the Makshana Order, when you're officially initiated. So he appears to be some sort of initiated person. Okay? Hopefully. And like I said, they're like grayish tan. They're pretty worn. You can tell he's probably been on the road. He has some minor facial hair, but it looks like he regularly shaves, but he just probably hasn't had the opportunity to at this point.
Yeah. It has been some time since I've seen another of our order.
Hold on 1 second. Gotta find my note here for this.
There's no Mississippi in this world.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that scared me.
Thank God.
1 Karen Tanya.
2 Karen Tanya.
3.
Those 2 Karen Tanyas. You promised what?
So I look to Ashrak and the other man, and I'm like, a spitting image.
Yeah, right.
I'm much better dressed than this fool.
He's a human. Okay. Right about there.
I say,
Oops.
I go up to him and bow. Paragon. Just kidding.
But no, he doesn't appear to be
Just-
old
My
or
Paragon?
elderly at all.
I know,
He
I see
appears
how
to be
young he is, and I'm
fairly
like,
young.
This is not the Paragon.
It's like 9 levels of disrespectful, and you don't even know.
I whisper to Ashrak, this is the Paragon?
That's
No.
some fucked up shit.
Dude,
You
I
saw
think
what the Paragon looked
I
like.
think that's a Paragon.
That's right.
It's like, oh shit,
You've seen him.
that's a cool Paragon.
How many
He's a lot younger
paragons
than
are
I
there?
thought.
One.
Uno.
Well, that was in the past.
Yeah,
Wait,
one.
he was older in the past, so...
That was
never
not.
mind.
So if he's older in the past, that makes him younger in the future. And that makes
he
this
Benjamin-
guy
He
the
is a
Benjamin
Paragon.
Button?
He truly is a powerful monk. No. Jesus Christ.
How do we know he's not like Benjamin Button in it, you know?
That's what I just said. It's Benjamin Button.
Okay,
That is a wild conclusion to jump to.
Mhm. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know where this is being founded.
2 minutes of investigating.
Yeah, and they're like, he's got
This
Benjamin
guy's
Button's guys. Wait,
This
what?
guy's
You haven't even
Paragon.
talked to the guy yet.
He has Benjamin Buttons.
So,
Poppy looks around
Lord
real
have
quick.
mercy.
Is there any
These
cover?
are my
It's getting
people.
late over here, so...
you see that he doesn't even like flinch that you guys have walked in. He does
You know what,
notice
Marcus?
you.
Maybe these guys need to be trusted with it. The more I.
Yeah, you can tell. You can see he glances over. He's aware of your presence. There's no kitchen or anything. There's actually like a small like room to the left-hand side, and then there is it's like a giant opening in the roof, and there's like a campfire there.
Is there water?
Yeah, they do have a large bucket in the center of the room filled with water, and there's like a little pot lid on it.
Thank God.
And a ladle.
I'd like to take care of my coffee plant and water it.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
like
so
to
you
think- I like to
you
think
see the
Tyrion
water in the ladle,
immediately-
and it does appear to be fresh water, so.
I like to think Tyrion immediately goes up with himself. Oh my God.
Oh, he just jumps in the pot, just dirties all the
Oh,
drinking
no.
water, fuck
Are you
everybody else.
touching me? I don't trust that water. What are you talking about?
That water's not good enough for him. So, as he glances over, he does notice you, Ashrak, and he says, "Oh, I see you finally brought another member of my order here. Very good, Laszlo." And he gets up and he brushes some of the straw off of him and off his back. It kind of sticks to clothing, you know. Closes his book and tosses it into his backpack. "My name is Janu. And who might you be?" He addresses
Jean-Yo?
you.
My name is Acharak, brother. Partaking in some knowledge, I see.
Always,
Bhanyo.
as is the duty. No, Janu, Jannu. As always, as is the path.
I don't know why I thought he'd be Asian.
Just out of curiosity, who sent you on this path?
No one. I am here of my volition. My duty is to protect
No,
and
I meant
serve.
the path of knowledge. Were you set by the Paragon on your path?
What? I am not on a path of knowledge. I am here doing what we do. I protect those that are too weak to protect themselves. I am making sure that those that are oppressed, those that are weak, are saved.
He's
As
monking
it
it
were.
up.
Yes,
I'm
but
not
I'm
sure what
asking-
you mean by the path of knowledge. Are you on a
What I mean
pilgrimage?
No,
What?
I'm asking.
Are you an initiate?
Allow me to be no. Allow me to be more direct. Do you work with the teachings of Sabal Jahar or Din El Sabah? I've not encountered many monks since.
It's an odd question to ask.
Who's the vulture?
More of a curiosity than anything.
Yeah, no.
But this is one of his people.
It is, but I'm trying to figure out if he's
Yeah,
one of my
These
people
people
or if
are
he's
one
with
of
the Shadow
Marcus's
Monks.
people.
Ah, I see. Okay. I see what you're saying. I do not serve a master. Not any longer. I once worked directly for the Paragon, but I have since left to do my duty, as I am assuming you are as well, unless this is a part of your
Yes.
initiation.
No, I am.
So you too serve the people, yes?
Yes.
Very good. Then we are the same. We are here to serve those that cannot protect themselves. I am
Oh, I can
taking
protect
a break of sorts. We were met when I encountered these three with a
It's just
deadly
a problem.
situation, and I was wounded.
I'm like,
I needed
okay,
to
you're
ensure
fine.
that I was fully recovered before I could go back and help those that needed my help.
It appears we've both fallen into rather interesting
right.
company.
Yes. How do you fare along your journeys?
Decently enough, although that has not been without its trials and perils. That's actually what brings us to you.
But you are continuing the path, yes?
Yes.
That is all we can do.
How does one
This is the way. No, I'm just kidding.
continue the path?
Do you know the way?
I like to like
Yeah, sorry.
kind of walk up and be like, "Tell me about
No.
the path."
Your friends were discussing with one of my friends
Oh,
about you possessing
Oh.
some knowledge which might aid us in our journeys.
Right.
Those-
It seems you all have a lot of questions. Come. I have some porridge on the fire. There is no meat, as I do not partake myself, but it is hearty enough with the vegetables.
As long as there's
Poppy
wine.
kind of makes a face.
I'm
There's
sure
wine,
Laszlo
right?
has plenty. And you see, as you turn to see Laszlo, you
You
do
just
see
hear a wine bottle already.
you do see like a shit-eating grin on his face as he reaches towards his patch.
Beginning to like you more.
But he
That
goes
is one of
towards
us.
he goes towards the campfire, and there's a large pot sitting on some rocks next to it, staying hot. To answer your question, you ask about the path.
Yeah, I'm interested.
It is a path of selflessness. You put the others, other lives, other people, other beings, other creatures before your own. Some people view the path in different ways. It is not a set, stone, easy to walk area. There are many bumps along the road, and many deviations, many variances of the same path as well. For instance, this Asherak here probably has some differences along his pathway than I do.
Well, he definitely sounds different than you.
I do not partake in the violence of any living being. It is not my place to take another's life.
Oh, well, he takes apart a lot of violence and
That is
Take-
his path.
people apart.
Takes parts of
Occasionally
people.
He
necessary.
takes parts of people.
That may be his path, though. My path is just different.
Huh, interesting.
And that is okay, because we can walk in the same light. The path of enlightenment is a crooked road, deviating many times.
I get that.
Finding the right path is also incredibly challenging, and it is not for the faint of heart. The pilgrimage to reach initiation is deadly. Many people do not survive. But
Wow.
it is the path of the initiate, once they obtain their status, to go out into the world and protect those that are unable to protect themselves.
That's right on, man.
But it is not a path of wealth either, unfortunately, as he pours some of this relatively modest, like porridge.
And
into
I
some
cinch my pants a little
bowls.
tighter.
Yes, it's just basically some broth that had probably some sort of melted fat and more than likely a splash or two of Laszlo's wine.
A
And
little bit of oats, maybe.
Yeah, and some carrots and potatoes, and probably some local shrubbery to add some flavor to it. But relatively modest.
Shrubbery.
Yes, local shrubbery.
He just
You
went
guys
out in the
don't know
yard
what
and
you're
pulled the
missing.
grass.
No, not
We used-
grass, but some basic herbs
Like
from.
basil?
Probably not basil, because we're not in that kind of a climate. More like rosemary, probably.
Do you need money
Buckwheat.
for food and drink?
No, I
He would just give it to someone who needed it.
Well,
yes,
I was
Which
asking
is-
if
that
he
is-
was in need.
that is part of the path that we all share. No one values wealth amongst the Makshana.
I was
Well,
making sure that he had it.
I take a bowl out of respect.
Oh, yeah.
And I say,
sure he
you're in
has
for a treat. We used to eat this every day at the monastery. It's quite
Indeed,
I
indeed.
understand.
Meat is a rarity, and many of our kind do not partake of meat.
Oh, well, I mean, no disrespect. I like meat.
Totally fine.
Well, also due to my physiology, I kind of require it.
Once again, totally fine.
I don't eat
But
or drink.
what brings you all here? As he hands
You'd
out
be
the
the
bowl,
perfect monk.
he hands out the bowl to you as a gesture, but he can tell you're not going to take it.
I'll hold on to it and
Thank you.
I'll
Yeah,
take this bowl.
As he sit as what brings you all here, I do kind of like a slow turn towards Asherak. Yes, what brings us here?
We're
one's
seeking
insane.
something. I'm sure you understand the nature of it is rather sensitive. Part of the path that I must walk has led us to you.
Oh,
We have been told.
How
that you
fortunate
may
for
be
me.
able-
cross
have been
another path
told-
of a fellow monk.
We've been told that you may help us in navigating through a pass previously believed not to exist.
You see Laszlo, he goes, no. Sorry, he's misspoken. I didn't say the pass. I said he might be able to find the person you're looking for your key.
Yes, the Emperor, you see.
Ah, Memnon. I will not
Yeah.
give him the flattery of calling him emperor. For an emperor does not do the things that he does.
I feel like
Unfortunately, it's been
emperor,
my
he does the
experience that
things.
most kings, emperors, and other leaders would if given the opportunity.
Yes, unfortunately, the
Am
likes
I-
of these
am I
sorts
wrong?
of individuals that we
I
are
feel like
commonly
he's emperor.
dealing
Does
with
those
or
things.
dealing with the
The
blowback
emperor does
from
those things.
causes
Makes hard
many
decisions,
tumultuous
yeah.
events for common folk. People that don't even have anything to fight in this ego contest.
Which is why we're here.
So you're looking for the emperor.
Yes.
And is this a mission that will result in his death?
If I had my
That I
way-
cannot
Yeah.
say. All I know is that we seek to wrest something from his possession that is more dangerous in his hands than not.
Hmm. Well, as I stated, I will not partake in the killing of another living being.
I will not kill him.
Well, we're not attempting to
Your
kill him.
red-eyed friend
That's fair.
worries me a bit with his
He may.
conflicting
Deception
responses.
check.
I cannot speak for all of my companions. Our goal, although it may come to blows, is not ultimately required to do so.
I can take you to him.
You can take us to the Emperor?
I can show you where he is. Don't
Awesome.
get me wrong. I would like nothing more than to stop him, but I do not kill people.
You should
I also
his group.
can't let him know my presence is there.
How have you discovered him?
I came across the battlefield. I was tasked with the rescue of innocents by the path. I saved as many as I could, including Laszlo's band of friends here. I got them out, along with some civilians. The town was utterly destroyed,
Seems like a
burned
good job.
to the ground. But since there have been battle lines drawn, I escaped with some civilians as they were posting up these battlements. There is an imminent battle coming. If you hope to obtain whatever it is you're after, you will more than likely need to do that before the battle, because then his position will be moved, and I, of course, would not know where he is. But I
Is there
know
a means of preventing this from occurring,
the battle,
were he to be unseated?
killing Memnon.
Is he particularly strong in his own way, or is it merely his manipulation of people?
I'm not sure if it's manipulation or not. His people seem to be in agreement with what he is doing. I am not sure what his mission is, but his people have rallied behind him. A war tribe of people. These are not simple people
Yes,
from
but is he known for being a
Forgehold or
particularly-
Carantania. These are
Is he known to
war-torn.
hold power beyond the realm of the political? Is he a particularly stout warrior, a magician?
I have heard tales of his fighting, and he is plenty capable. But capabilities, exact capabilities, I am unsure of. I have never come toe-to-toe with him, but I did see him on the battlefield one time, and it was ferocious. He was swift, he was deadly, and he was not bearing great emotion. He did not seem like some whimsical child hoping to accomplish some dreams of a conqueror. And his sister, she is the one to be feared the most.
Sister.
Yes.
Is your name Primrose?
No. His sister Kita. She is a
So she's the key to this. No.
she is particularly deadly.
Keeta, Kita.
Kita. Kita.
Memnon.
Memnon and
Kita.
Kita. Yes. My suggestion would be to learn about them as much as possible if you're planning on trying to kill them. Or you would have to learn some sort of weakness. For on the battlefield, they were on the front lines. They were the first in the fray before any of their soldiers. And they came out.
You've seen them fight. If they were to die, would they be martyrs to their cause, or would their ranks break?
You would have to kill them both. Because if Memnon dies, I fear what Kita would turn this into. A genocide?
And they do not seem the people to be assuaded through...
Their people?
No, them. Learning their goal and assuading them from slaughter seems unattainable in your opinion?
No. Memnon seems semi-presentable. He does take captives and does not kill them against his sister's wishes. I have seen and infiltrated the camp but a couple of times to rescue those that have been captive. I have been unsuccessful.
What was
Both
their
times.
response? Oh, you weren't able to get anyone out.
No. I was able to stop some of the savagery in the city when they raided. But as I said, battle lines are being drawn. There is a massive battle about to occur. And if we hope to stop, or you hope to find this thing you're looking for, it would need to be before the battle, because who knows what could happen. So, if you guys would like, we can head out first thing in the morning. I do hope you have money, though, as we will need to ferry across, and
Yeah.
I do not carry any.
I've got it, Marcus.
I got 30 gold.
Fantastic. There's many villages we could stop on the way and provide some aid to if you would like. Or is there no time?
You would be
It's
the one
fine.
who understands the time of the imposing battle.
I understand. Your path takes you to this place. I just understand that this battle and this war that is tearing the southern region apart, you will see atrocities.
We will stop what we can en route. My question to you is, how far must we travel? And
Southern
does
plains of Carantania.
in your thoughts, do we have time to cross the Paragon's path en route?
You wish
I wish
to
to seek-
traverse the
seek a-
mountain.
I seek audience with him as well.
That is probably too long of a journey for the 6 or potentially now 10 of us to make before this battle is going to take place. We merely
There's
have a
only
couple of
2.
days, and it would take
There are
a
only
few
2 who
days
need
to
to
traverse the mountain itself, if
Yes.
things go well.
But what if it was only 2 of us?
You know the
Who
storms that
traversed
take
the
place
climb.
there.
I do, and I know my party member. She's up for it. If she's willing, that is.
I'm the only she. What? Am I up for what?
You may need them. Like I said, I cannot help you in any fight you may draw up.
No, I'm talking about, would it be quicker if only 2 of us climbed up to the Paragon as opposed to everybody?
No, yeah, it would be quicker, but whether
much of
you
a delay
get
would that
there
be?
and back before the battle is what he's saying is impossible. The mountain, remember, this is the tallest
Yeah.
mountain on the continent.
Oh, it's your
So-
Everest or whatever?
Kind of, yeah. The mountain range that is bordering the Kaiba and Carantania is massive as well, but it's more like it's such a big mountain range, it's almost hard, it's like the entirety of the Hindu Kush and Himalayas, right? This is just one mountain, it's like Mount Everest. It's the lonely mountain. But it's Mount Everest, and it's really only easily traversable like 3 months out of the year. During the summer. As soon as it's any other month, It's storms
Wait, the
galore, snow
Snow is a
galore.
little more melty.
Yeah, exactly. And it still is snowy up top. Like there's always snow at the top of the peaks.
Are you
There's
gonna find
it's
Parthenon?
that high. It's that high up. It's that cold. But any other season, it's incredibly stormy. So he's basically telling you it's impossible to do that and make it to the place before the battle. If you wanted to take 2 people and climb up the mountain, those 2 people are not going to be there when this battle takes place. Which, if you're hoping to find the item, you would have to obtain it before this battle takes place.
Correct.
Is what he's saying. Because wherever the Emperor goes, based on what you learn from Orin, the item
Well, that's
goes.
vital information to know too. That we don't have time to do that beforehand. Maybe afterward.
Yeah, exactly. You don't really you'd be on that part of the continent. So if you decided
Now, is there
to,
any way to send message to the Paragon currently?
I can call the Raven.
Excellent.
I
I seek
have-
his guidance on a great many things that I fear only he may be familiar with.
Spend your time to write your letter then, while the rest of us get rest. And I shall summon the Raven first thing in the morning. For the rest of you, I think you need to be ready just in case. This crossing is deadly now. With the amount of the Empire in control, they don't let people pass freely any longer. We'll have to either talk our way across or fight our way across. And as I stated, I will not take another life.
Words are my specialty.
A place to supply around here?
Me and Deity
Oh.
both just look at him.
That's actually not a bad idea. But yes, in the morning, there is a small shack that sells some basic supplies, food and such that you could take on your journey just down by the water. We'll have to pay for the ferry, of course, or we can get our own private vessel and attempt to slip through the blockades. But it's up to you
Now,
all.
I appreciate your candor
once-
and your information. You've
once we-
already been a great help.
Once we're on the other side, it will be, like I said, it will be potentially deadly. There is a town that we will head towards, Stonehaven. It's the only village between the 2 battle lines being drawn up.
Oh,
There-
that place is
How
gonna get ripped up.
There we
How
can...
has it fared until this point?
It was once a magnificent village, but the Legion has taken over. The battle will take place just outside the city, more than likely. But I do know of some people there that are attempting to fight for their freedom. We may be able to link up with them and learn what we need to before attempting to get whatever this item is back from the Emperor. I do hope that you are willing to risk your lives for it, though, because this is perilous.
We
All
wouldn't
life
be
is
here
a
if we
risk.
work.
The biggest risk having not lived at all.
And if we can, along the way, save some people of Carantania from the slaughter, that would be great, and help fulfill my path as well. So I do hope you all will aid me in saving the members of households as we attempt to fulfill your mission as well.
We will
That
do
is the
it.
only deal I make.
We can do the fighting, you can do the grabbing and saving of people.
I will appreciate that.
Yes.
So,
One of your traveling friends.
well, I assume they're coming with. And you can see Laszlo, he's like finished with his bottle of wine, so he's asleep. But Merrick is sitting there. He's like meticulously going through their supplies and counting everything and writing them down. But he turns to the party and says, "Yes, yeah, no, we're going. For sure. Yeah.
You, sir, need a spa day. You look very tense.
Yes, you can tell he's very rigid. He's a very wound up guy.
Does he have ocular?
Perhaps some
But
acupuncture.
no,
would
he's
do
just
you
very
well.
wound up. He's very tense all the time. He's very
Fidgety.
yeah, he's fidgety. He's got OCD, crazy, and he's just
Is that the one I played?
no. You played Ed.
Oh, that's right.
So I want to ask.
I don't know who
wanna,
played Merrick. I think Dylan played Merrick.
as
Was
everyone's
Merrick the one
getting
that stabbed
ready
the
for
Baron?
their bedtime
That was him,
routine.
yeah.
I like to think Poppy, before she gets ready for bedtime routine, like circles
He started like a dog.
Yeah.
about the time.
No, I
Just
make biscuits.
Oh yeah. You got it.
just before
She's
or,
the cat.
just before or I go to bed,
Go
and I want to
real quick.
approach Eric.
Okay. You see. So as you approach him, he goes, "Ooh, sorry."
Sorry.
It's just you guys saying sorry.
You see,
15
you can.
minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. Sorry. No, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I'm sorry.
You see that you can tell he's as you approach him, he's really tense right now. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry for doing that. And then your brother.
Yeah, I about that. I was gonna apologize for hitting you with a bear claw.
No, I mean you knocked me out of it. Whatever that was. Look, and if you're gonna ask, I don't remember anything. It's just fuzzy and it's just all black.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's my fault and
Look.
sorry. I don't want to.
Look, it was a spell, man. You can't control that.
Right. No, it just sucks. Your brother and all that blood and stabbing you and Ed and Laszlo and that whole. It just sucks, and then now to see you here, it's great, but Theron's gone and yeah, it's just not the same. I just keep thinking back to that night and what happened. It just sucks. And Laszlo is, he's been beating himself up over it. I mean, he never used to drink this much, so it's rough. It's Ed. You can't talk to Ed about anything. And you see Ed is just in the corner and he's just sitting there. He's not asleep. He's just sitting there.
I
Like a fucking rock.
I glance over at Red.
Red's asleep.
No. I glance over at Red. I know the feeling.
So, we'll help you as much as we can. And, you don't have to, there's no charge or anything.
No.
We're just, he's got this wild hair up his ass about some treasure bullshit story crap. You know how he is. It's just another adventure to go on, something to take his mind off of all the horrible shit.
Right.
So,
By the way, Abe.
yeah.
Speaking of my brother, have you encountered that writer?
No, thankfully. Ed just kind of does Ed shit creepily as we sleep. But, he hasn't seen anything, but he's on edge always now, even more so than before.
Yeah.
He just, I think he's afraid it's going to happen again. And, me.
Not that I aim you. I've been and keep my eye over my shoulder the entire time.
Well, yeah.
But that being said, I've been how much do you know of Zubalon temples? Just curious.
Zubalon temples? The country that doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah, like the old abandoned temples.
Shit, I don't know.
It exists in my heart.
We were like thinking about we had a contract one time to go down there, but we came across this village on the outskirts filled with undead, and we fucking booked it. So
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about temples in Zuvalon. Is that where you're going?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's
No.
the opposite direction, bud.
No. No. I'm just asking for personal reasons. I think that Ryder had some what was after something. Something that my brother had, and the only elite eat I have right now is Zuvalon.
Yeah, I don't know. And even if it did, I would tell you to steer clear. That shit's scary.
Yeah, something tells me I'm gonna end up down there eventually anyway.
Looks like you got a good group of friends here to keep you safe, at least.
Yeah, and a whole new mess of magic.
Well, better get some sleep. It's gonna be a long journey, trust me.
Oh yeah.
So with that, there's one thing I would like to do before I turn in, if that's okay.
Okay. Everybody else
I
has
wanna
kind
go-
of gone to sleep, but
Yeah, so I'm gonna go bug Poppy real quick.
okay. So you wake up Poppy.
As I'm writing my letter, and basically, I want to talk back about the vision she had about like the monks of Mashana and stuff. And
Well, yeah, you gotta
I
talk to
wanna-
her.
Yeah, I am, and I'm trying to.
Okay.
So I wanted to explain to her that I want to take her
Oh,
on that journey to go see
make the pilgrimage.
to go see the Paragon. Because I
Interesting.
think that vision was given to her for a reason, but it has to be something that she wants to do because it will test her very fiber of her being getting up that
Interesting.
mountainside. But I think that there's something waiting for her there. And that if it's something she's willing to embark on, I am willing to take the journey with her.
You woke me
You
up
don't have to make a decision now.
just to
but-
tell me that. Can you tell me in the morning?
Well, no, it's kind of a thing because I'm going to point out as we're journeying, and explain stuff.
Yeah, technically, depending on where you go along the coast, you could point to the mountain in the distance because it's enormous. You could see it.
And explain. It's basically I'm giving her as much mental prep time as possible and using this little small window because we're going to be very, very busy to explain a little bit about what our order is about, like what we learned, like what my path entailed, stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's very different than the path that she different in the sense of like the unbridled rage thing kind of.
Oh, well, yeah.
contrast.
Well, I
Very
think that was
strong.
part of what like Orin was trying to get across to her too. Yeah. So just kind of emphasizing some of those points and offering to like, hey, let's take this pilgrimage together. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a feat to accomplish. That's for sure.
Also explaining how meditation works
Oh,
and saying that it may help her.
Husa. Husa.
Coffee.
Okay. And with that, everybody kind of conks out for the evening. And
Except for him, he doesn't sleep.
oh yeah. Well, he conks out, right?
I
State of
sit there in complete consciousness.
yeah, creepily.
the-
Him and Ed are just
You and
Are
Ed
you
just
doing, like,
fucking stare at
Are you
each
getting
other all
buzz brain
night.
Things?
The sexual tendencies just ripe in the air.
Are you doing
tension, yeah.
Causes everybody to have terrible dreams that night. No, I'm just kidding.
My sleep state is just my head just spinning.
That's not
watching all
creepy. Like a
sides.
fucking owl. All right, but
I like to think you have the bender visor that comes down.
yeah. But with that, we will see you next week on 20-Sided Dice Fight for this perilous journey. Ooh.